All I could do is go live at this point.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it worked.
Okay.
But there's just nobody here yet because nobody got a notification.
Turn it on.
No, I've already hit go live. We are live.
Okay.
Incoming message.
So, hello everyone.
Howdy.
As you come in.
A little snafu on my end. Obviously I scheduled it wrong. Somebody had us trying a new service, and I was still trying to get adjusted to that. And at the last minute, I was supposed to set this for 1 o'clock today. For some reason, I set it at 1:35. I have no idea why. And then also, we were a little late getting back here because we ran to Dutch Road, and because it's just right up the road from us. But I didn't think it would take that long. But traffic was bleh.
Well, we still did it.
Yeah.
It's just when we got back, then we still had to get everything set up.
That's what we're supposed to show too. Oh, well, in a minute. It's up there. I'll get it. We'll wait for a few more people to get in here before we actually go through it.
Yeah.
Should I wait to do my pills?
Yeah.
Run?
Right now, there's only a couple people in here. So.
Well, hello, a couple of people.
So as you're coming in, we made the time. We did not set the time correctly, so get that 30-minute notification.
I'm sorry. User error on my part.
Which at 1:05 got the 30-minute because he set it for 1 today.
I don't know why. I should have sworn I hit 1-0.
You probably because the program and we're back on stream. Interested. The program will always default whatever time it currently is when you're setting it, and it'll default to that, and then you have to adjust it.
I thought it did.
Is it my internet being skippy? I don't know.
Who was that?
Renee. We're on the 5.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. Is it just like skipping around? Well, maybe it is. Yeah, I see that.
Should we switch the 2 or mess it up?
Let me see.
Sorry.
I could try switching 2. Let's see if this works. Give us just a second.
Because didn't Homeboy, when he set it up, say it would work better on the 5?
Mm-hmm.
He a liar.
Well, I think it also just depends. Okay. It is officially changed. So let's see. Because look, it's still showing looking like it's paused right there.
That's no good.
No, I'm seeing it pause. So I'm seeing if it's getting any better. Well, but now it looks like we're underwater.
No.
All right, let me switch back. Because I'm seeing it freeze on this. Okay. All right, we're back on the 5. See if that makes any difference.
But I still need to make my pills. I'm going to start on that. Or should I wait? The whole point of me doing it on camera is to show everybody what I'm taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just seeing. You're not causing problems. Now you need to let us know.
You're
now
helping us, actually, so thank you.
Are not sinking. So let's see. Let's give it just about a minute, and it should, like, resync.
It's wild, too, because the weather or nothing, so I don't know why it's acting a fool.
I don't know. Yesterday, I was concerned about you because all of a sudden the computer showed no internet and my phone said no internet. And I was like, I wonder if usually you'll scream and be like, there's no internet, but you never did. So I was like.
Well, that may be actually part of the problem I had yesterday. Because my phone, we use Avaya. That's a phone service we use. It automatically quit. And then also, I lost internet. Yeah, for a split second. I don't remember if I lost internet.
It was like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, mine showed no internet.
I know what it was. I lost my phone and it logged me out. I had to go back and log back in.
Yeah, that's probably what it did then. Because I was like, and I was kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen? But then as soon as I was like going to the AT&T has a smart app where you can like reboot and do troubleshooting through the app. As soon as I was pulling that up, it all came back up. So I guess I threatened it. Okay, Renee said if you just came in, if we look like our mouths aren't matching, just like refresh. So Rickwin is here. She goes, "Hiya, folks. Hey, Rickwin." And then, did you ever do your actual intro? Like, welcome.
No, because we're too
busy.
Do
it.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I've studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the warden. Together, we host what I like to call the Friday Night Feast. So this happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple little snacks, show y'all how we do it. Then we spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope y'all can tune in every Friday night. We'd love to have y'all over for dinner. Today, this is my MS Journey week 195. And also, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail, I got a little bonus this week from my job.
Yeah.
Twice a year, they do what they call a success sharing. And we get a bonus based on how well the company's doing. And I got 5 gifts from them in one box.
Yeah.
After I finish my meds, I'm going to pull down the box from the cabinet over here, and I'll show y'all what I got. I'm really excited about it, too, because this is actually going to come in handy.
Right. And the reason we're late, we weren't late technically since he scheduled this for 1:35, but we were like a couple minutes late. We had to go to Dutch.
Had to, huh?
Yeah, because they were doing a fall sticker drop today. Look, aren't those adorable pumpkins?
Because we were kicking it back and forth whether we were actually going to go or not. And I was like, well, it doesn't really matter to me, honestly. I'm not that excited about stickers. But if they were doing points or something like that, then yeah. But here's the thing is, if we didn't go this morning, there's a chance, if we waited until this evening, there's a chance that the stickers would be gone.
Yeah. Renee, do you want one of these? I could save one for you if you want one for your car since it's a pumpkin.
Right? Or both of them. We got enough stickers out there.
No, one is for sure mine. Look at him trying to give away one of my pumpkins. That's almost as hurtful.
Smash your pumpkin.
It's almost as hurtful as the guy who ate my chocolates from Belgium. Like,
well, now I'm going to start.
But let me know.
My magnesium malates. I take 2 of these every single day.
Oh.
What I like to do is just dump them out here on the towel and then dip.
And then Renee is here and says, "Hey, yo." And I had to say it real aggressive. That's where she said about the internet skippy. Now the faces aren't matching. Now you weren't causing problems. You got to let us know because, it looked like it was freezing there too. Renee said, "I'm going to exit, come back." And she said that fixed it. And she goes, "It is super cute." Right? Aren't those? It's like when you think of a pumpkin, to me, it's like the perfect pumpkin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because she doesn't have a Dutch near her, right?
I know.
Not as close as we do, at least.
This is as close as it is to her.
Really?
I think so.
I thought there was one.
Well, I guess you could go to San Antonio.
Nah.
That might be a little closer.
The next pill I take is a beef liver because because I don't taste the liver and taking it this way and I still get all the benefits.
That's good.
And then the next one I take once a week. It's the D3.
How many of those do you have left? Oh, okay. 3,
6, 9.
Okay, so 9 weeks left. Okay, good. But yeah, so this is your MS journey. So officially, you've had your shoes now.
Yeah.
For a full week.
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
And then, how many times did you do DDPY this week?
17.
No, I know 1 because I watched you do 1.
Yeah, but I did a couple of them without you watching me.
When was that?
Earlier this week. I don't remember. I just know I clicked off on it when I did it. But then this, what I'm taking now, is my Baggio. I don't remember the actual name of it. It's the generic version of a Baggio.
Yeah, Telefundi Mono.
This is the, and actually, if you look at it, there's 2 different ones they did.
Yeah.
But, the generic version.
Yeah.
And I take one of these, it's a 14 milligram. I take one of these a day. And then we're kind of curious as to whether or not it was going to work or not instead of the full force or the name brand, but it works fine. I haven't had as long as I don't miss.
Right. So how did your shoes do while you were doing the DDPY?
Fantastic. They're so much more comfortable than the Brooks.
Nice.
I think for now on, I'm going to stick with these. I like mean, it's kind of ugly. The sole's a little thick, but they're comfortable, so I'm not going to complain.
Right. Well, that's good. And we'll definitely be able to then, now that they approved it, then I know every year we go and get another pair of shoes.
Right.
And it's covered.
And I also joined their rewards program, so we also get a little off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really matters if your company paying it anyways. But
well, unless
nice.
I have to pay them tax.
Right.
But this is what was cool, y'all. I submitted the receipt on Monday. Tuesday, I got the email. They approved it. And by Wednesday, it was actually in my account. That's pretty fast, I think. So, that I thought that ended up really well. That's good to know, right?
And this might sound silly too. We're freaking to open this bag of pork rinds. And this is they're less than $2 at HEB. That's why we always buy these. But I find when I just open them up like a regular bag of chips, they always tears and it makes it hard to pull them back together, hard to wrap them up. So I always cut them open. And that's why you're looking at me while you're doing this.
But yeah, I thought that was a really good turnaround there. And, just impressed. The one thing I'm thinking though is the living reward that I get, it refreshes every January 1st. But for some reason, like certain things, like his DDPY is on auto pay. So it automatically pulls that out every week. And then I got a meditation app. I have to be honest with y'all. I've had it now 2 years and I've maybe used it a handful of times. So I'm thinking I'm going to cancel that because I think that's like $60 a year that I get reimbursed.
Yeah.
I might cancel that. And then that $60 I can use for something else. Because I know like they even covered like headphones, desk chairs.
Oh, that's an idea too.
Yeah. And, anything for the desk that's like ergonomical, I can submit.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. So lots of stuff there. And in fact, like my work sister, she got it for passes to like the aquarium. Yeah, you can use it for like big activities like that, like theme parks and
we want to do the Houston Zoo. Would it work for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something and then they're paying for it. Why not?
Right. I'm just saying you can use it for all that kind of stuff.
Only problem is we can't go on Saturday because I'm working.
Right.
And then we can't go on this.
Yeah. And the reason why I waited on submitting the receipt until this week, because I know generally they process it fast, is because if I had done it last week when we first got them on Tuesday, already had taken out the
funds,
the pass it on points for the Target gift card. So they always add that to your paycheck so you pay taxes on it. And I was like, well, I didn't want to be double dinged. So even though I've already paid taxes on the shoes, but anyways, so I did it this week so that then it'll be added to next week's paycheck. Cause that's $178 is a lot of money to then have to pay higher taxes on that,
That was speaking of Target, that was pretty cool too. Because I got a couple of bonuses at my job too. They give me a couple of gift cards, or they call them Tango cards. I don't remember exactly. It's an anagram or whatever, but it stands for something I can't remember though. But I can use it for anything. There's like a website, and the ones I got were $10. So there's a little section you go through. They even have $25 and $50 ones too. Yeah. Because there's certain restaurants we can use it as also. And I can even use it at Kroger and Amazon and everything else. So we just went through and we combined our gift cards together when we went in. That was pretty awesome.
We got a pretty good haul from Target, and it only cost us $2.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know. I love that kind of stuff, y'all. So Renee said, my Hungry Heat stickers still have not faded.
Awesome.
I've had others that have come and gone, but y'all's have stayed. Well, that is a huge shout out and thanks to Air Frying Auntie Shauna.
Is she in here? I know she was posting earlier. She was up really early today.
But thank you, Shauna, because she's the one who does her stickers. Yes. So yeah, and if you join our channel by clicking the join link below, not only does it help support us so we can put out wonderful content like this, but also then it helps us like get those stickers and everything. And as a new channel member, of course, we'll send you some stickers.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, so we have those that Shauna made, and then Sharon made car decals as well, clear stick ones. So we have both of those. So again, shout out to our wonderful channel members, Air Frying Auntie Shauna and Sharon, because Shauna does all of the stickers and all of the labels for our spice containers as well. So anytime you order spices, then the stickers, those are all made by Shauna. So thank you, Shauna. And then here's Shauna. She said, dragging in. Hey, y'all. So she woke up really early.
Yeah.
I haven't been on Facebook, y'all.
She posted something about a restless night, so I hope you're feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it when I was up at like 7 o'clock or something. I was like, that'd be really early for her.
Oh, right. We were up to 1?
I think
1 a.m.
watching TV and stuff.
But so I slept pretty late today. I have not had time to get on Facebook or anything. And basically, as soon as I got up, I had to hurry so we go get the Dutch and come back.
Well, I'm going to put on my meds, and then we'll show them off my gift.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to see your
gift. And then while I'm up, though, I'm going to check, because I also cooked lunch. I got to check that. It's in the air fryer right now.
Renee said, I posted in the Hungry Horde group that you're live now with the link. Oh, thank you, Renee. That's awesome. Thanks so much. I know it's kind of hard in the middle of a Sunday. Not everybody's like, oh, yeah, Sunday. Shauna said,
these people?
I know, and I haven't seen 22Q Cat, so she probably didn't get the notification.
Well, message her.
Shauna said, I finally found a pair of tinnies I think you would approve of from Ortho Feet. Ooh, okay. Yeah, share them. When we were looking for shoes, I was messaging Renee the whole time, like, well, this is the pair they brought out. Well, what do you think of this pair? Because my thing is, I don't know. Well, what temperature are you doing it at?
400.
Oh, okay. My thing is, I don't know a lot of the brands, especially fancy brands. Whenever I went shopping for sneakers and stuff, I either went to Skechers, and probably Renee is cringing, but I either went to Skechers or I went to like Famous Footwear somewhere and just whatever I found. So I don't keep up on brand names or anything. I've never been a brand name person. I've always been, it's whatever I like, it is the best deal, right? So whether that's something really cheap or if it's really expensive, honestly, they're generally not expensive, y'all. Shada said, up late, early this auntie needs to figure out how to sleep again. Yeah, you do. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. She said, what did I post? Laugh out loud.
Just something about restless night or something like that, like you didn't get enough sleep.
And then Renee said, and stuff. Shada said, insomnia posting just as bad as drunk test. Never done that. Laugh out loud.
Right? I need to put my pills.
Yeah. Shada said, is it on the right setting, whatever he is cooking?
Air fryer 400.
Air fryer 400? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I did one pass at 200. At 10 minutes.
And
then I flipped it.
Me.
What?
Well, how long was it in the original recipe?
400.
For how long?
8 to 10 minutes in the oven.
I don't know.
It still feels kind of jiggly.
But it might not be.
But it's also in the oven, not in the air fryer on the original.
Yeah. Okay.
But I set it for another 8, and then enjoy this.
Okay, so let's see
This is the box they sent me.
Isn't that cute?
And it's kind of cool the way it does it. It's like a drawer.
Of course it is, y'all. Funny. Okay, what do we got?
What does this say again?
Happy success sharing. May this gift provide you warmth and comfort. Your hard work and dedication is a combination that unlocks our success. A heartfelt thank you from your engagement and leadership team. All right.
So the first thing is right on top. There's 4 packages.
Any guesses what these are? Let them guess before we show them.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, that's cute. So wait, one of them has gold bricks and money coins. That one
dollar signs
is dollar signs. That is hilarious.
And this is just the company logo.
Yeah, just the logo.
And that's the one we already opened.
Yeah, we'll show you.
What they are.
And then what else is in here?
There's another box, and there's some shipping paper stuff.
Oh, I'll need that.
No, of course. And then I don't know why everybody would need this, but I think it's going to come in very handy for us. I was excited when we got it.
Mm-hmm.
The paperwork for it, and then it's in a
plastic bubble wrap.
But it's a light ring, a little mini. And what's really cool about it, we haven't even actually used it yet because I wanted to show it off to y'all before, so that it'll be in the box. But then it has a little stand clamp.
So that'll be handy when we're like on the stove or something, and we need additional light right there.
Yeah, can we click on the door or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just screws on, and it's going to come in very handy.
Or like when we're on the trip,
yes,
that'll take up a lot less room than the one that we're using right now.
But that's also the phone holder, though.
Right, that's true.
And then I didn't check, but I'm doing it right now. Yeah, it's USB at the end of it.
Oh, nice.
That's very nice. So it's kind of a weird thing for a company to give you as a thank you, but it's going to come in very handy for us.
Yeah, like they almost knew.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a few guesses here, and then Shauna wants to know how Renee's decor is going. Yeah, how's it going, Renee? Have you had time to do any more? Shauna said Kleenex?
No, that'd be hilarious, though.
She said bags?
No. But wait, there's more.
All right. Any other guesses?
Shall I show them now or wait? Because I remember I got this one already open.
Oh, wait another moment.
Okay, that's fine.
Where is everybody? Everybody's
well, it's because I messed it up, so nobody got the notification.
It's all right. They put it, and Renee put it in the group, so.
And but I think everybody's not in the group, so if they're not awake.
And I put it in the group chat too.
You don't want to too? We got all these open. I want some salsa.
So what else has been going on this week with your MS?
Actually, nothing, which is great. I've been feeling good. And the only thing that really happened one day, I had a couple of little a scare, kind of like some bathroom pyrotechnics. And we think what it is. Y'all know how much I love the Gringo's Mexican Kitchen restaurant. And what's really awesome too about Gringo's, there's one right up the road from us. They share a parking lot with the Dutch we just went to. So my thing is, anytime we go to Gringo's, we also have to go to Dutch because right there, it's kismet. It's meant to be. But anyway, so we always go to also Gringo's. We're on the rewards program. They because last time we went this week, they actually had a $5 reward. We didn't have to use it because it actually was good for a year. It said it expired in September of 25. But she's like, well, we're spending money. Let's go ahead and use it. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But and then they also gave me another coupon dessert, but I didn't want all the sugar. But so we were eating there, and one of my favorite things there, you always have to ask for it, is their bar salsa because it's spicier. But obviously, I need to learn that I can't take the leftovers home anymore. Because I've had them for 3 or 4 days, and I think that's what did it to me.
Yeah, so he took the salsas to go, and I thought he was going to finish them the next day on his eggs, but he kept eating on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I got the green sauce also. I got one of each because when they set your table, they give you they bring the chips and salsa. They bring one red, one green, and the chips. We always tell them to save we tell them no chips, and then we still want the salsa though. But then I also want the bar salsa. So I ended up with 3 salsas, and we end up taking them home. And I did eat them on my eggs, but I can't eat all 3 of them on my eggs. I ate just enough.
Right. So I think it was it Thursday or Friday?
I think it was Tuesday, actually.
That's when we went.
Yeah.
I'm saying, was it Thursday or Friday?
I think Thursday when it hit.
It might have been Friday. I don't know. It was either Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. Friday. It was Friday.
It was Friday because you thought it was the dinner from the night before.
Yeah.
I said, if it was dinner it would have hit you last night, not during the day. And he was like, yeah, I had that salsa. I thought he was talking about the fermented salsa that Renee tried while she was here.
No, it wasn't that.
And he's like, no, from Gringos. I was like, the Gringo salsa? You're still eating that? Yeah. And he was like, he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I know, because last time you did that, like 2 days tops. And here you're going on 3 days of having it. I was like,
living dangerously.
I said, that's what happened to you last time. So no more taking that home since you can't finish it the next day.
Right.
Okay. Shada said she misses Gringos. That was fun, right?
And
we enjoyed it.
I was telling them about it too, because they're a Houston-based restaurant. In fact, the very first one is from a little town I graduated from in Pearland. That's where the very first restaurant was there. And they have another one, a sister restaurant called Jimmy Changa's.
Mm-hmm.
And that place is really good too. And then they also opened up a burger joint as well.
Oh, wow.
But they're only in Houston.
Look, Cat. Hey. And she goes, hey, well, I'm late, and I'm never late. It said start time was later.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's user error on my end.
So hi, Shelly Heath and all. That's okay.
Howdy. You're okay.
I was wondering, but I know it's because it was scheduled
of my scheduling
later.
Yeah.
And if we'd known that, like if we'd known, we wouldn't have been rushing to get home from our Dutch run. But yes, thank you.
Did she miss all the goodies?
Yeah. So, and then Shauna also wants to see the unopened packages again.
Unopened? Okay.
Yeah. Well, so here's what we're guessing. This is what his job sent, and y'all are supposed to be guessing what they are. So the first one is.
Oh, go ahead.
See, it's little coins.
Oh yeah, coins. I see that now.
Coins and gold bricks, and then this one is little, like, and there's the side so you can guess, and there's little money signs,
screws and bolts.
Yeah, this one is like,
and the company logo
and stuff they supply. So guess what it is. And we got one more pair which he already opened, so they sent him that, plus he got a bonus check, y'all. He got actual money, which was nice. Yes. Let me tell you,
it was really cool too. Is actually got it early, because I think it wasn't actually supposed to get at land until Friday, and we got it Tuesday?
Thursday.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it on Wednesday, because normally you'll get. No, I think it did finally hit Wednesday night, but usually in his work day, that's what they use for payments or payroll. Usually his work day, I can log in Wednesday morning and see what his check is for Friday. But it wasn't there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is it not going to be this week? It's supposed to be this week." And so I was, because you don't know how much it's going to be, and you're like, "Well, how much is it? What are we going to get?" And then finally we got it, and I was like, "Okay."
It was really cool. So, like I said, it's twice a year we get this.
Yeah, so it's a nice little bonus.
My second time getting it, so that's awesome.
I know. So that's nice, and that basically went right into our savings, because I'm trying to meet a savings goal by the end of September. And even though I know that in November I'm going to be pulling out the money to pay our taxes, which is going to bring it back down, but I just want to meet this goal by the end of September, and it'll just make me feel so much happier, y'all. And then from there, then I after that, I'm going to really focus hard on getting that credit card paid off, because I'm a little crazy.
Right.
And then TQ Cat was doing the twins for her and Shauna. Shauna said, I looked for that, didn't find it. Laugh out loud.
What was it, man?
I don't know. Look for what?
I'm sorry.
Renee said, back to heat, jacking up his tummy by heating entire bowls and eating portions and eating leftovers way too long. No wonder you got to go potty so much.
Hey, it just means the plumbing's working.
Caden's here. Hey, Caden said, hi, Shelly and Heath. What's up? And then Renee, Shauna said, oh my God, right, Renee?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, he really likes to get into.
I love leftovers. I really do.
He does. I'm not who else loves leftovers?
Because in fact,
who's a leftover fan?
In fact, it's what I did this morning when I cooked a roast in the Instant Pot and made shredded beef with it. And then what I have in the air fryer right now, I used in that. and then I'm gonna have leftovers for lunch this week. I'm meal prepping.
Yeah, you meal prep. You're really good with that. I'm
Like one of my favorite things, even
leftovers.
pre-keto. One of my favorite things was I loved leftover spaghetti. To me, you make it tonight, it's better tomorrow.
Yeah.
Same thing when I potato salad. I make it today, and it was perfect tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Renee guessed bandanas.
No, you're
and
close.
then Shauna said socks.
Winner. This is the first one I opened. Look, they're $100 bill socks.
But I like how the 100 is like layered there. I guess if you push it down.
You see the homeboy? Is he upright? No, he's not. That's Homer D. Poe. That's his name. That's the mascot.
Isn't that adorable, y'all? And I have to say, oh look, it's even got the line through it like $100 bill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is what's funny to me.
I was excited about it.
He was excited. I was like, well, what is this? Because I was like that. I was like, is it a bandana? Is it, Kleenex? What is this? And finally, I was like, open it. Because he was like, I don't want to open till Sunday. Right. And I was like, open one. And he opened it. And he was like, oh, it's socks. I was just saying I needed more socks. I was like, wow, I've never seen anybody get so excited about socks.
It brings up good memories for me, too. Because I remember every year for Christmas, my grandfather always wanted socks for Christmas. He goes, if you buy me anything, buy me socks, please. I always need socks.
And that's he.
I learned from the best.
I just thought it was funny.
I told y'all, I'm third generation cabinet maker. He was the one that taught me. Him and my daddy.
Well, it's because like another gift they sent y'all was the chair.
Yeah.
The collapsible chair. And when he got it, he was like, a collapsible chair. And he's like,
Well, you know why?
But socks, he's like, ah!
You know why the chair? It's hard for me to get out of it because it's so low to the ground.
Yeah, it is low.
That's the only reason why. If it was like a standard lawn chair, a little taller, I'd be loving it.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like, cool too. Not only is it a chair, but it also came with a carrying bag too.
Yeah, it is a nice one.
It's really awesome because in fact we're probably going to take it with us on a road trip just in case.
22Q Cat said, "Show me the money." Right? Yes, good for you, Heath.
$100 bills too. Isn't that awesome?
And Shauna said, "Oh, that's good.
It's awesome."
Renee said, I'm multitasking like crazy, browning a roast for Mississippi pot roast. Ooh, I love that. When she made that for us the first time we met her, I was like, oh my, I could not stop eating it.
It's so good. Oh, you don't want to put these away?
Renee said, should have started it before now, but lazy happened. Oh, I understand. Shauna said, nice. I'm making carnivore tortillas later to have with my tri-tip I picked up on my way home. Awesome. Ooh, that'll be good. Shauna said, I look for the twin emoji. Oh, okay. Oh, she said leftovers. I will eat up to 3 times, usually only 2.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'll eat it till it's gone.
Well, usually.
Yeah. 22Q Cat says she lives for leftovers.
Yes, it's easy.
Both for the taste and convenience.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go pull the, what I made when I told y'all I cooked, she thawed out she bought us one. It was already thawed, so I chose to cook it. But she bought a roast, and I just dusted it with our taco seasoning. And we had a bunch of innards left over from when we made stuffies. I had a bunch of jalapenos, the innards parts. I threw that in there with it in the Instant Pot this morning. And then when I went to move it to a bowl, it just completely shredded, which is glorious the way it does it. But then I took our cast iron pan, lined it with the meat, topped that with some shredded cheese, then poured over an egg mixture and cream, and then topped that with some queso, and then threw it in the air fryer. And that's what I'm fixing to have for lunch.
And then if you can, my coffee over there. No, not that one in the big picture. Shauna said, so I cut almost all my recipes down. Right. That's kind of like me. Like, 1, 2 or 3, even 3 sometimes. I'm like, oh, I like things fresh. Yeah, it's still hot. This is my coffee, so I just add it to my Dutch.
Oh, did you need your heavy cream?
Nah.
Remember I told you there's a little splash left in that one jug.
Yeah. I'm good. And then you want to put that here. Let me take a big gulp and I can finish it. Wait.
Oh.
Woo.
All I know is that they need bigger cups of their coffee.
Who, Dutch?
Yeah.
I know. Why
But
don't
then
I
that's
get?
a bigger price then.
Yeah. Why are there 16-ounce large? Like I want 50 sizes.
That's more like a trial size.
Right? Renee said, well, I eat leftovers every week, all week, because meal prep. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I get that.
So
Meal
good.
prep, that I get the meal prep. Further away, remember? Ooh, that does look good.
Which is really hot.
Meal prep, I understand, and I will tend to do a little bit better on certain meal preps, but otherwise, I don't know. I like to make things fresh. I'm a weirdo. Shada said, woohoo! And she goes, oh my God, cute. Love the money socks, 22Q Cat said. Right?
I love
They're
all of them.
cute. Does. Rickwood said, I'm not necessarily a leftover fan, but if I eat out, I do bring stuff home, but it has to be eaten within 24 to 36 hours.
That's the other thing I did too. I've started doing it. Well, the last few times we've ate at Gringo's, and the last couple of dishes I ordered, almost all of them actually, they always serve it with. It traditionally served with the rice and beans and tortillas. We always get some sort of a fajita dish, but instead, we tell them we just want a salad instead. It is like a $2 upcharge, but it's just perfect. And what I love about it too, the last couple of times I've gotten it, I didn't even touch them. So I just give. In fact, this last time I told them to go ahead and give it to me to go, and then I brought it home, and that's my lunch the next day. I just took a piece of chicken, threw it in the air fryer, and topped it with that.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. I brought my salad home, had it the next day, and I cooked up some bacon to add to it.
And it was awesome. And then they give us a thing of their not salad dressing, but they call it Amazon sauce.
Yeah,
It's an avocado crema thing.
It's really good.
Yeah, and I was like, that was dynamite.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, see, I'm like Rickwood. If I do bring something home, then it's basically that's what I'm having for lunch the next day.
Yeah.
Renee said he barely wears the meat socks.
I know, but I need to.
Yes. I think you wear a lot of ankle socks
Yes,
is my thing.
Yeah. Well,
He
the only time
doesn't-
I ever wear full socks is when I'm wearing pants. Which I
Is that cruise socks?
Yeah.
Is that what it's
I
called?
think.
So he likes the ankle socks.
Yes.
Rickwood said, if it's something I fix at home, I'll eat on that for 5 days. Right. Doesn't it seem odd though? Like if you make something at home, it seems like it lasts a lot longer than if you get something like at a restaurant.
No preservatives, I guess.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying how does the home stuff last so much longer than like food you get at a restaurant?
Do you want to copy paste and put the recipe on there?
For what?
The frittata.
Oh, okay. Is it a video we've done?
No, it's just it's on the recipe tab.
I thought we'd done a recipe on it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, let's see. We're about to find out, y'all. When I say a little slow.
All right.
Rickwood said, oh yeah, I just read that. Sorry. Renee said, that's not what I made y'all. I made y'all Italian roast. Oh. Okay. Well, it was really good. It was really
Everything
good.
she's ever made us or told us how to make has been amazing.
Yes. Let's see. YouTube.
Who was that?
I don't know. Somebody showed up. 22Q Cat said, what do you put in your Mississippi pot roast, Renee? The recipes I see use sad ingredients, so I never make those, of course. Yeah. Renee said, similar, but for y'all's, I got a really nice roast from Tuttle's and different seasoning. Ooh. Okay. Was it good?
Okay.
No, I'm good. Let me see here. Frittata, right? Yeah, Henry Heath makes a frittata. See?
Well, I did similar because in that one I did 6 eggs. This one I did 7. Only because tell them the story why.
Because that's what we had left.
No, those was ones you gave me. She found some eggs on sale.
There's our frittata recipe if you're interested.
How about the deal?
Yesterday, so I went to Kroger, right, just for the roast, because they had roast for $3.97 a pound. So I went there to get a roast, and it's the Nolan Ryan beef, right?
When are we putting this?
Just tahini and lime juice.
Oh, perfect.
Anyways, and while I was there, I have to look at all of the discounts, right? So Kroger, a different section, they have a last chance. Well, in the dairy area, they had a huge bin of last chance. And in that was a whole bunch of their cage-free brown eggs for $2.02 a dozen. So, but it had on there expiring the 25th. So I was like, well, I can't, there was like 10 or 12 boxes of them. And I was like, well, I can't get them all since they're about to expire. So I bought 3 packages and I was like, okay, this is what you're going to use first for your boiled eggs for the week. And after he did that, he had 7 eggs left. And he was like, well, the recipe we made calls for 6. And I'm like, just throw in 7. It's a basic dish. You're not going to ruin it by adding an extra egg.
And we should have did, though. We should have bought them all. We could make a big batch of like deviled eggs or whatever. I could be eating on them all week.
Yeah. Rickwood said, I'm an ingredient prepper. I fix different things like meats and veggies separately. Then I put together a meal with different things so I don't get tired of one thing. Oh, that's a good idea.
Smart.
That is.
You see, we kind of did that for the cook-along on Saturday. Remember?
Yeah, we got to get that sent out today.
Oh,
too.
yeah, we got to do that today. Yeah.
Renee said, I just Googled how to make my own ranch seasoning and how to make an au jus and add the butter and pepperoncinis and juices.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's it. We always make our own ranch seasoning as well. It's really easy to make a ranch. And Shada said, oh, yum. 22Q Cat. Oh, okay. No secret keto ingredients for the pot roast. Right. Shada said, I had to buy socks to wear with my new shoes. Laugh out loud. Of course. And Renee said, yet he got excited about the money socks. He was excited about the meat socks too.
I really was.
Yes.
And in fact, anytime we're going to see you in public or you're going to see us later, I'll make sure I wear them for you.
And he brought them on the cruise and wore them on the cruise. So he has worn them several times. Shawnee said, oh my God, what is that you made? Tell everybody what you made again.
My frittata. It's but it's with Tex-Mex pulled pork. I mean, a shredded beef. And then what shredded cheese was that you made?
Colby Jack.
Colby Jack, and then some queso from Gringos.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, it was their queso loco, which is really good too. They put taco meat in it too.
So yeah, just the frittata, and I linked the video to the original one we.
And the main reason I did it, because like I said, I had those 7 eggs, so that's the. And plus, I just love frittatas too.
Yeah, he does.
It was just an easy way to do it.
Yeah. And then tell him who's coming today.
Oh yeah,
this evening.
My baby brother. He just messaged me the other day and said, hey, your birthday's coming up. Do you want to get together this Sunday? I was like, yes and no. I said, if you come over around lunchtime, you're going to have to be on camera, or you come for dinner around 6 or 7. And he's like, okay, 6 or 7, I'll do that. He goes, I don't want to be on camera. I'm shy. So I said, and then a couple hours later, I sent him a message. I said, hey, okay, because we only text. He's not on Facebook, so I'm always texting with him. But so I know what I want for my birthday. I said, I want you to go get some wings, a 12-pack of the, either a 10 or a 12-pack of the Zevia creamy root beer, and a box of ice cream for me from HEB. So we're gonna make wings tonight in the air fryer. My only problem is I hope he gets enough. So I'm making him provide his own dinner, but I'm cooking it. Because it was either that or we're gonna go to this Brady restaurant we found. Or I'm really bad about watching reels, especially with because the way I've noticed anyways with reels on Facebook, if you start interacting or liking certain ones, they start giving you similar. Kind of like YouTube does too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they start giving me all these different restaurants, and there's a I don't remember if it was that on reels or I don't know why, but I was searching for an all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant. I love seafood. There's this place. They're actually, I think, a nationwide franchise, but it's called Umi. I think it is UMI.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually have lobster and frog legs and crab legs, shrimp, all sorts of stuff. And it's an Asian joint, so they have all kinds of fried rice and sushi. Something else they have on there too. I can't remember what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded really, really good. But it's about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes away from us. And what's awesome too, for all of that, it's only $39 a person. So I was debating whether we wanted to go to that tonight or just go ahead and cook. And she's like, let's just stay home. I said, okay, cool.
Yeah. Maybe he'll bring a game like he did last time.
What was that? I don't remember though.
Mm-hmm. We can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we can play Scrabble.
Renee said, no secret ingredients. Laugh out loud, right? Rickwood said, actually, the use-by date for eggs is a little bit off. You really have about another week, but boiling and cooking them makes them last longer.
See, you could have bought them all.
Yeah, but then you would have had to boil and cook them.
That's fine, too.
Still within a week.
I can do it. I might not do 36 at a time anyways.
Tweet to Q-Cat said, Dr. Barry says eggs don't expire like the packages say they do. They're good much longer. I've always gone by the carton expiration dates too, though. Well, generally, we never get close to that, but because I saw these were marked down, that's the only reason I looked. Because we have had eggs before that went bad on us.
We do the float trip.
Yeah. But, we've had a couple times, when we bought the discount eggs and, She'd rather skip the sale than have to throw them away. There's nothing worse than bringing it home and throwing it away. I know. Like, why did I buy to just throw it away? But generally, he will, eat them pretty quick. Yeah. But, we'll just see. And then plus, I've never gotten that brand, the Kroger brand, organic brown eggs before. So I didn't know.
And I love eggs. And pretty much any way you can cook them, I like them.
Mm-hmm. Renee said, does anyone actually keep a carton of eggs long enough to beat the expiration date? Sometimes. Just when I get the discounted. Otherwise, no, he goes through them so quick because I usually buy the 60 count package and he'll go through all of those long before the expiration, but he eats 28 eggs a week. So
sometimes more.
Yeah, sometimes more, like if he makes a frittata or different things.
I love scrambled eggs.
Yeah, so he'll go through more.
Dirty scrambled eggs. Those are my favorite.
And then Renee wants to know which baby bro, the only one we talked to.
Yeah. Well, okay. I have two brothers. The one that Renee has met is my middle brother. The baby brother, I say that because he's my youngest, and that's the one she has not met. And I guess none of them have met, but.
Shauna said, my eggs are always gone before expiration, right? 22 Cat said, I buy tons of eggs, but I also eat tons of eggs. Mine will probably never expire before I get to them, right?
Only time it's done it to us is when she found a good sale.
Yeah.
We load it up.
Yeah.
And I think actually it may have been when we did the I don't remember when we did the meetup, when everybody came over for the barbecue. I remember we made a lot and we sent some home with Renee, but did we have any left over that we did not cook from that? I don't remember.
No, we had all of that. And all I'm eating is yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
We have a new recipe coming out tomorrow, and this is the leftover filling. And so I'm just eating that. Right? Oh, so Rickman was saying, when they're shipped to stores, they have a different date, but her farmer does them for 60 days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you never know when you're buying them at the grocery store how old they actually are. I think there are a couple brands that'll say, okay, this is when they were laid or whatever, but generally you don't know. Shauna said,
I think also the sticker on there, the date on it, is for their protection, the store.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Shauna said, I'll never keep eggs long enough to boil them. Laugh out loud, right? Especially not you. You're like, they'll never be boiled.
And the only reason why, I probably told the story before, y'all are probably tired of hearing me saying it, but the only reason why I eat the boiled hard-boiled eggs is I discovered that by accident when we were at the hotel during the snowcopolis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. Look at that, y'all.
I'm going to finish it?
Of course I am.
Well, save me the container. Come put some of this in there. Because also I'm going to have some leftovers.
Well, obviously.
It's an awesome, though. That is meal prepping.
Well,
Remember, we were talking about how I'm going to have for my lunches next week.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Awesome.
That's right. Again.
Use your spoon.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I was going to tell you. Now I can't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. I got too excited. But I was really thrilled with the gift from the job.
Mm-hmm. Really? I know work sister and I had a good laugh over it.
Uh-huh.
I told her, she's like, socks, man. Guys love them. I was like, oh, is that a man thing that men just generally prefer? Like they get excited about things like socks? Is that true? Y'all that know men in your lives, is that a universal thing? If they get socks, they're like, oh, that's a great gift.
I need to get up. I'm going to get some more tea.
Mm-hmm. Tweety Q Cat said, sometimes I wish I didn't eat so many eggs, now that they're $50 a dozen. Ha ha ha. I know. It's been killing me because every couple of weeks, like I was paying for 60 count eggs. I remember when it was under $6 for 60 count. Then it went to like $6.89. Then it went to $8.89, and then it went to $9.55. I was like, ugh. And then it went to $10.89, and now it's at $11.55. And it's just like, oh, it kills me. Even though I'm like, that's really 2 weeks worth of breakfast for $11. I mean, when you think about it, that is pretty dang cheap, for breakfast.
You know what it used to be.
I know, and that's what it hurts. Is because you're like, oh, I could have bought twice as many before and had a month's worth of eggs, but now I only get half a month's worth of eggs. But it is still pretty cheap. Rick once said, eating a lot of eggs are good for you. They have things like selenium, vitamins, and all sorts of things you need every day. Exactly, Rickwin. It really is the incredible edible egg.
And that's honestly why the selenium, like you just said, that's what's really helping me. Because when we were at the hotel, it was still during the COVID era, and they had a buffet for the breakfast, but they had everything pre-packaged.
Mm-hmm.
And they had little cups with 2 hard-boiled eggs in them, and I was getting 2 of those a day. And she noticed that I was getting around a lot better and just feeling better. So that's whenever I
this guac.
What, babe? What about?
Tastes like guac.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one you got on discount too. Yeah, that's different. Nope. I'm throwing that away. Ugh. That's my other rule. When in doubt, throw it out.
Ugh.
You want an avocado instead?
No.
Yeah, drink it up.
Ugh.
You want
isn't it funny though? Like,
you want a piece of fudge to get that?
Yeah, like I'll drink kefir. That doesn't bother me at all. But There's something wrong about that.
That was foul.
Oh, nice. Renee is brewing some of her fresh pumpkin queen coffee. Ooh, tell me what you think, because I haven't had that one yet. Right? That one we haven't cooked yet, or did you?
I don't remember.
Let's see if it's behind. No, it'll be in the tray. No, the one that pulls out. See if it's behind the grounds and health one.
Pumpkin spice?
But it would say pumpkin queen. That one?
Yeah, this is right here.
Okay, good. Nah. So we have not eaten that yet. Or drinking that. Eat that. I have not drank that. So let me know what you honestly think, Renee. Because I'll probably I'll probably go to another market where they're at. So if you really do like it, let me know, because I can get some more. Otherwise, it's going to be weeks before I get to it.
What?
Renee's giving you a hard time.
Oh, what do I do now?
She goes, really, Heath? That's your rule?
Yes. When
She
in
said,
doubt.
no, it smelled amazing when I opened it.
Uh-huh. Oh, I love that.
Rickwood said, I used a tablespoon of the Keto Chow pumpkin spice in my coffee today.
Oh, how'd that go?
Turned out pretty good with the whipped heavy cream. Ooh, great for the first day of fall. Isn't that awesome? That sounds amazing, Joe.
I still love that Jeff Dunham joke, though.
Oh.
Why do we call it fall? Because leaves fall off the tree.
Fall, I thought it was fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Instead of autumn. Why do we
Right.
call it fall instead of autumn?
Because the leaves fall on the ground.
What do y'all call it? Do you call this fall or autumn? Because apparently, like in the UK, they call this autumn. They're so proper, right?
Right.
We're so like, nah, it's fall.
They speak the Queen's English.
Right? Like we take a lot of U's out of words and everything.
Right?
But that sounds so
Get you
good,
out of
Joe.
here.
Renee said, you didn't doubt the salsa.
Right? The salsa, I thought salsa lasted forever. Obviously not.
She said, the coffee smelled amazing. That's what that was for. Oh, good. Well, yeah, I just want to know if it tastes just amazing. Again, if you think it's something you would repeat buy. Shauna said, I call it fall, as in things fall when they die.
Uh-huh.
Laugh out.
Exactly.
They fall when they die. And 20Q Cat said, we're Hicks up here in Indiana. It's just fall. Nothing fancy. I think that's just the U.S. We just call it fall. I've never heard anybody other than like proper in school, like when they're teaching you the seasons in school.
Right.
They might say that, but generally speaking, I haven't heard people like calling it autumn.
Here you are using all them school words.
I know, right? We're real good at that. Ooh. But to tune in to the Warden Report this week to see all the stuff I got at the grocery store and how much I spent this week yesterday. I think some of you might be surprised.
Right.
Oh, I like that. Rickwood said, I call it the autumn equinox, but talking to friends, it's more like just fall, right? That is true. The autumn equinox. And what is it? Maybon. I've heard some of my friends saying Maybon right now.
Are you through with the pork rinds?
Yeah. After having that guacamole, I am done. But yeah, that's awesome. The autumn equinox.
It's true.
That's
That's what
fun.
it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's being proper.
Right. That's being ancestral, right? Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm actually, cheese dip was so fatty, y'all. I'm very full. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the recipe tomorrow. I know it's something I think Renee will enjoy for sure.
Yeah, she got a preview about it a little bit.
Yeah.
What we're making.
Yeah. Well, anything else we want to talk about today? How about y'all? Does anyone have any questions or anything you want to know about?
I gotta get a container to put the rest of this in.
22Q Cat said, you must have found some really good food deals. Maybe. I mean, you know about the eggs, so that's definitely a deal. Yeah, and then I just went into HEB and I'm trying to think. There was just a handful of things I needed at HEB. Oh, this is funny. Or did I? I think I told the story on Friday about the sushi. Did I, y'all? Renee said HB had $1.50 off 2 bags of pork rinds. Oh no, we should have went and got that. I wonder if the deal's still going on.
Well, open your phone and look.
I'm gonna pull up in my phone and look.
I mean, if it's still open, I can go get it on Tuesday.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
The new deals come out on Wednesday.
Because that's when we like to buy them. Yeah. Is whenever you get the $1.50 off. Oh yeah, there it is.
Let's go on Tuesday and get them.
Let me see. Expires 9/24.
Which is Tuesday.
Is that Tuesday? Monday? Sure. Yeah, Tuesday.
Because remember, their deals always come out on Wednesdays, the new deals.
Okay, so you got to get them on
Tuesday
then.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Go to your favorite Heb.
You know what that means then, right?
Huh.
Another Dutch.
Shada said, I'm currently having cold tri-tip and coffee for breakfast at noon.
Oh, wow. How's the tri-tip cold? I've never had it that cold. Doesn't sound bad. I've never had it.
Wow. But thanks for the heads up, Renee.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Renee said, question soon. What does and things entail?
And things? I thought it was and stuff.
And stuff or and things? I don't know.
Not ready for prime time.
She goes, it's a yellow coupon. Yeah, I clicked it on the app as well.
And also it'll be hanging in the store. So
yeah. Yeah, because it confuses HEB because last time I didn't get my 25% off and I had to go to the help desk and she said, yeah, for some reason, if they scan your phone app and you use the yellow coupons, it confuses the system. So it's kind of like one or the other.
Right.
Shauna said, how do y'all dig yourself out of a slump? Seriously, what do you do first? I think for me, when I've had a slump, I just kind of try to figure out, right, why am I having this slump? Like, what's going on? Why am I, why am I looking at things this way? And just try to figure that out so I can figure out how to solve it, right? Okay, if this is how I'm feeling, what can I do to change that? And sometimes just doing some self-love really does help. So like having a really nice calming bath and using like the bath salts and stuff, putting the face mask on, like just taking some actual time to myself where I appreciate myself and kind of do really some good self-love. Like, what is it I enjoy? So having that relaxing bath time to myself with, nobody else chatting or anything, just, me with myself. And then doing like a facial mask or, some kind of self-care routine. If that's, getting a mani and pedi, going and getting a massage, usually, whatever.
When she does the bath like that, she'll go in the hall bath, shut the door, and leave me with my headphones on. So I'd leave her alone. And
because sometimes I just need to be like completely.
It's almost like you're detoxing.
Right. And then just kind of, do that and just take it, day by day. And then, start the day before what I've done is starting with my gratitude each morning. So, getting up and focusing on 3 things I'm grateful for. So it just kind of gives me that perspective in the morning of, you know what? Yeah, I might overall feel like shit right now, but then if I start focusing on things that I'm grateful for, then I start seeing more things that I'm grateful for. And then I realize, okay, you really don't have it that bad. Stop being a baby is how I look at it for myself. Like, okay, you were in a slump because, you think this or that, but, in reality, that's not the case. But yeah, everybody else share what y'all do. Renee said, I figured y'all had already seen that. Sorry, I should have told you. No, thanks for telling us.
Hey, it's cool that you told us. Even if we saw it, it's still cool. We would at least said, yeah, thanks. We haven't seen it. Yeah.
That's right. Renee said, no, you sacrificed getting Dutch for your YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whose team are you on, Renee?
She's on Team Us. Renee said, y'all stayed up late last night watching movies and stuff. What movie did we watch?
I don't remember. It was TV. That's all I remember. Moving pictures.
I know we did watch some more Mom.
That show is so good.
We're getting through that slowly, but yeah, and stuff. We had Heath and Shelley time. So it's important to have time for yourself and time for each other. So we had time together talking about our future.
Oh, you know what else we did last night too?
Huh?
We recorded that video.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We recorded a new video.
Tomorrow. Yeah. I edited it this morning. It's going out tomorrow. Well, you're going to watch it and make sure you like it first.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Rickwood said, most of my groceries this week were non-food. I had to buy a new mop. Oh, added a new bucket and a replacement washer to the group. Then laundry detergent. Don't you hate the non-food stuff?
Adulting.
I know, because I'm like, dang it, why do I have to spend money on this stuff? Why can't my clothes just get clean?
Right.
Or why do I have to mop and stuff? Like, I shouldn't have to pay for all that. And stuff. But I said, she has you put headphones on so you don't hear what's really going on. Oh, you're hilarious. Renee said, Team Parker. See, that's what team she's on. And she goes, the other stuff was blinding.
What?
And she goes, wow, and y'all made a video of it all? TMI. No, I'm very camera shy.
It was not after dark. How can you say you're camera shy when you're sitting on camera?
I know, I am. Terry B. Hey, Terry. She goes, agree with Shelley. First, try to figure out why I am in a slump. Then, is there anything I could do to change the problem? I like that, Terry.
Yeah.
How about everyone else? What do you do? What do you do, Renee, when you're in a slump? I could say something, but...
Oh, wow.
Boom for Renee. Terry B said, finally, self-love, just as Shelley said, or maybe find someone you can perform an act of kindness for. I'm glad I read the last line. But yes.
Find someone? Wow. I know.
An act of kindness. That's true. Helping others is a great way to focus not on yourself or maybe your problems or whatever it is that's upsetting you. Kind of focusing on other people is a way to kind of bring you out of that. Because, you get out of, sometimes getting out of your head and helping others is a great way of doing it.
For sure.
And finding ways like volunteering. That's a good way of doing it, like volunteering at, a shelter or a food bank.
Right.
Or I know we have up here, it's called like something special, and they get stuff donated. So they're always needing volunteers to help sort it and then put it out on the floor. And sometimes they'll have volunteers like working the floor to help, people that are in there shopping. And it's kind of like a place where it's, discounting clothing mostly and some home stuff. But a lot of the people that go there are people like from women's shelters or other kinds of, public services where they get like a credit or a voucher rather for X amount. So like if they're going for job interviews and stuff and need, new clothes, they get a voucher from whoever it is and they go to that store and then they could spend that voucher at that store.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I volunteered there a few times when I worked at my big company. They would allow us like so much volunteer time. So the company would pay for 2 days that you can volunteer in a year. And so I would, of course, sign up because I'm like, hey, so I'm going to get paid for work, but I don't have to work that job. I can just go work here. And I was like, sign me up.
Right.
And I would go and do that. And that was fun. I enjoyed it at least.
That's awesome.
And it's different, you know, if you're, especially, you know, sometimes like that job, I just needed a break every once in a while. So it was nice to do something different. Renee said, yes, Shelly, that coffee has a sweetness to it. Oh, okay.
That's what I was asking when we moved forward.
And she goes, wow. Terry B said, after explosion, we have dealt with this past week. Oh, that's right. You're closer to it.
I forgot about that. How actually close were you? I forgot.
Are you okay? The garbage man performed an act of kindness that left me in tears. He came in and helped me gather the garbage and take it out to the truck. Oh, that is really sweet. So, Terry, how are you doing? I think someone posted in our group, but I didn't get a chance to read. So are you okay now? Shauna said, pretty sure it's come on by a lot of things I have no control over and just worn out. Helping others snowballed for me. Well, then it sounds like you need time for yourself. Mm-hmm. You need to take time to just decompress. Sometimes if you give too much of yourself to others, it really is draining, and you forget to give that attention to yourself first, you know?
I'm really full.
So, you know, you need to basically, this probably sounds a little weird, but because of you giving so much to other people, you need to reclaim that energy for yourself.
Right.
And so you need to think what makes you kind of center yourself. What makes you feel better and at peace for yourself? So what can you do that'll give back to you personally, you know, without helping others? Just find something to do that you enjoy, that brings you happiness and joy. And I would say even brings you energy. Like when you're done with it, that you feel more in balance with yourself. I don't know if that makes sense how I said it, but like, what can you do for that? That's why I say, like, for me, it's having like that. I get, you know, these nice bath salts and I put that in there and just have like a whole routine. And then, you know, sometimes that's what I'll use, that meditation app. So you see how often I get to do that. So I'll use that meditation app and use bath salts and candles and everything and just have it going. And like Keith, like, I'm like, okay, don't disturb me. And I just really enjoy having that time and really kind of like refocus myself. If that makes sense, let me know. Terry B said, it was a real act of kindness in the middle of a stressful time. Yeah, definitely. I forgot that you are closer because Sonia reached out, was asking me. I was like, I had no idea about it. Yeah. Renee said, I do a lot of manifesting and positive affirmations written in places I frequent. Oh, that's good. Where you can see it kind of as a reminder to yourself, right?
There's a YouTube channel I watch. This guy's a really big fan of wrestling. He interviews like all the big stars. He's like really good interviewer too. But he starts off, he says, he ends every interview this way too. They say he starts off every day. And he starts and ends every day with 3 things he's grateful for.
Oh, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
When you mentioned it, made me think.
Remember.
Yeah.
Oh, and
he ends every interview with that and asks them, "What are 3 things you're grateful for?"
That's a good way of looking for it. And isn't it Benazati who does that? Like, what is it? He calls it vitamin G.
Oh yeah,
gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude. It really is helpful to think of what you're grateful for. And you know, because sometimes I know I'm a person, I mentally beat myself up. Like I mentally look for, oh, look at you. You look like this. You look like that. Or, you know, why is it like this? Like I'm my worst critic, honestly. And I've always been that way because even my mom was like, Well, I never had to punish you as a kid because you punished yourself far worse than I ever could.
What do I always tell you too? I wish you were nicer to my wife.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, and I'm really bad about like second guessing myself and all of that thing. So when I do the gratitude, I try to think of things that are positive about myself. Mary T is here. She goes, woo, almost missed you. I was busy making tomato soup from a few garden tomatoes I needed to use up. Ooh, that sounds really good. I love a good tomato soup. Oh, with the grilled cheese. And now you could do it with the truffle. That would be good.
Let's start doing that.
Terry B said she was in the evacuation area for 2 days. No real damage. Much better now. Did you have to evacuate?
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry we didn't reach out.
Oh, my gosh.
Honestly, because I don't watch the news.
I know, we don't. Oh, my gosh. So everything is much better now, which is good.
Yeah.
What caused the...
I thought it was one of the... I don't remember now.
But what caused the explosion? Renee said, I've had quite a stressful past couple of weeks.
Right.
And even food, sleep have been slim. I do maintain a facade, but I have to with my job as I'm a cheerleader for others. It's been tough. Right, because you give so much of yourself, period. Just in your job yourself. And that's the same with Shauna, because Shauna takes care of his special needs. So y'all that are in like the medical and stuff, you really give a lot of yourself. So it's important to have those times where you refocus on your actual self because you're always helping others and giving to others constantly.
That's got to be very draining.
Yeah, and everything you've been going through the past couple of weeks, yeah, you need to like refocus, get back to eating well and sleeping well, which I know is easier said than done, right?
Because normally, wouldn't you be sleeping right now?
No, not this late.
She's almost like you. She likes to sleep so much.
I know, but she tells me she doesn't sleep that late. Renee said, I'm thankful for having the punchy Parkers.
Punchy? Oh, wow.
To keep me straight and others who have gone way and above to keep me up. The punchy Parkers. Oh, goodness, Renee. Mary T said, gratitude is powerful. You can't feel grateful and miserable at the same time.
I think that's what Chris says too, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And I think it is easier said than done, though, right? Because I think what is it? The old saying, misery loves company.
Yes.
And sometimes if you get in that spiral, it's so easy to just keep going down.
And then honestly, speaking of that, that's why I quit watching the news.
Yeah.
Because it seemed to me all it was doom and gloom all the time.
Yeah.
So I had to walk away from it.
Right. Well, I try to, as much as possible, leave out things that are negative or fear mongering. That's why some of the financial channels that I watched at the beginning, I no longer watch because I noticed that it was just constantly fear driven. I was like, I don't need, is the economy collapsing, all this BS. I'm like, no, the
sky is falling.
I know. And it just, when you watch that day in and day out, it really drags you. So that's one thing to do immediately is just cut off all of that, focus on good things that make you feel good. And not cause, scariness, right? Because Terry was an RN for many years, right? That's what I'm saying. All of you in the medical field, that is very draining because you are giving of yourself all the time. Terry B said, no matter what is going on in your personal life, you have to be happy and positive, right? You can't. And that also goes for people in the service field, like, how many times have you gone out to eat and you've had a waiter that you knew they were obviously having a bad day, but they're trying to hold it together. And it's really hard because, they're like, well, great. If I don't put on a facade, then I'm going to get lousy tips, which is just going to make the situation worse, right? So they almost have to put on that facade, even if their life is like crumbling in front of them. It's a hard thing to do. That's why I try to give grace to people. If I know, somebody is being rude or something, or just acted like they just like the sushi person. I think I told you all about that. Well, then the lady who was handing out the sushi samples, she was all like, yeah, some people are, I don't have utensils. And I could tell, like, it really affected her, the way the lady had spoke to her. And I was like, it's okay. You're, some people can't please everyone. And, try to just give grace to people and not focus, because you never know what's actually going on in someone's life, right? Renee said, I get lost in the negative and the worst things that can happen, to the point I'm terrified. I have to make myself slow down, but that's hard, even though I tell others how to do this every dang day. Exactly, because you're so good at giving it out, but it's really hard to actually do. But sometimes in a way that makes you more empathetic to your people. Okay, they're having a hard time because you've been there too, right? Because it's so easy to say it, but it's a lot harder to do it. And it's hard. I think a lot of us, we get so in our head with things,
right,
that it just starts spiraling. That's why my therapist was like, do the 3 rules. So, if you find yourself spiraling, that's what she tells me. If you find yourself spiraling, or find yourself like really down in the dumps, right there, think of, okay, name 3 things you could see, 3 things you could touch, and 3 things I think you could smell. And once you do that, it breaks that mind thought.
Okay.
And then helps you then reset yourself. And so, that has helped me a lot by, like if I find myself really getting down, is okay, just stop and do the 3-3-3. And then that breaks that cycle. Renee said, I've had coworkers say to me that I look like hell, or if I'm losing weight, and asking how, like, it's not on purpose. Oh, I bet.
You've been put to the ringer lately.
Right. Well, now it's time. Things are getting better, right? You can take a deep breath. You know it's going to work out in the end. And so refocus that back on yourself and get more positive, and spend some time to yourself, and really like do the gratitude and everything, and try to get yourself back and get a good sleep routine.
Yes.
And start eating better, like your meal prepping, that roast, that'll be perfect. Having some good beef, also, that's another thing. I feel like if I'm really having a slump, eating some fatty beef helps more than anything.
Right.
Like just, getting a sloppy, fatty burger will make you feel better.
Right.
Just something about that fatty beef, it's going to make your mood increase.
Comforting.
Right. Oh my gosh. Terry said what had happened was a vehicle ran over the above ground valve. May have been a medical event, but investigation going on now that the fire is out. Oh, wow.
Drunk driver.
Wow. I don't know. A medical, like maybe the person was having an issue.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if he's driving and had a heart attack or whatever.
Oh.
That makes sense.
How sad.
Right.
Renee said, my work is actually kind of therapy for me because my mind isn't on other things. Right.
You can't focus on your stuff if you're working on them. That
right.
Makes sense.
Exactly. That's true.
That makes sense.
2ATQ Cat said, I'm so glad to be out of the workforce. All the negativity was killing me mentally. Right. Now I just surround myself with positive people because now I have a choice about it and I'm much happier.
Right.
That's true too, is, sometimes you have to evaluate maybe the people that you're hanging out with. If you're hanging out with people that are constantly negative.
What do they say? Is hanging out with silly? It's an old saying, birds of a feather
flock together. Right. Yeah. So sometimes you have to evaluate and be like, you know what? I got to stop. I got to step away from so-and-so, because for my own good, or, like you said, watching the news. When we first got together, I was like, okay, this is too much. You know, I don't want to be angry and upset every day. Just
Right.
turn it off, and we feel much better overall.
It was just
not watching
it was a conscious effort to be happy.
Right, exactly. And yeah, so making that choice, and sadly, sometimes that means you do have to maybe limit some of your friendships,
Yeah.
or, you know, end them all together if it's not a good fit for you. It's nothing against them, and it's nothing against you. Just sometimes you need to do what's best for you in your life, and that might be being with people who make you feel better about yourself than the opposite. Renee said, I don't know. I love my work despite work politics that you'll have anywhere, right? What I do is so gratifying no matter what it takes for me. My OT partner just complained that our patients are so hard. Oh, so I feel bad because I asked for them, but we work in PT, OT teams. It is hard on her. Yeah, it is. I think it depends on people's, you know, personality and stuff, in their outlook. Like I was telling Heath this week, I said, like, I researched like on myself. I'm like, I really enjoy work. I get satisfaction from working. So I think it would be really hard for me to not have work. Like that would, I need to always have some kind of job, or I feel like I probably would find myself getting depressed.
That's what I was telling her the other day. In that aspect, we're like polar opposites.
Yeah.
I really feel like she lives to work, whereas I work to live.
Right.
My thing is, when things really do start going bad at a job, when I'm starting to hate it, I gotta remind myself. Work, there's bullshit in every job, is the way I look at it. That's why work is a 4-letter word. And I have to remind myself, I've done a lot worse for a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
I was just laying in bed earlier thinking about it too, especially with this job and everything. I'm showing off to y'all now too. I'm blessed, honestly. I have a really good job with a really good boss too.
I know, you really are doing great there.
And then he was getting on to me the other day and told me I need to put in a leave of absence request.
Oh yeah,
just and have it on file just in case, because he also has MS. So I was getting on to him too. I said, well, have you done it in yet? How do you do this? He goes, no, I haven't actually put mine in. I'm sorry. He goes, here I am telling you we need to do it. But he goes, I only do it because it's going to come in handy one day if you end up needing it.
Yeah.
He goes, but I know you and your diet, you're killing it. So
right.
He goes, but you never know.
Yeah. Aww. Renee said, I was just over the moon to see y'all Thursday because I really need y'all's hugs. Aww.
Well,
we were too. That was a nice little break. Renee came over.
And I'm sorry I was at work when you came out.
Well, we were both at work.
I know, but I wanted to, yeah, but you can step away from yours a little bit more. You're not tied to the phones. And with your job though, she can like at least hang out in your office and y'all can chat while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm on the phones.
I know. But it was so great to see you.
It was.
And I'm glad I got to give you your birthday presents because they were like burning a hole in our house.
And it was so much easier to give them to you than have to mail them to you.
Oh, I know. Because you see the one gift I gave you. I don't know if you've had time to fix it. It already.
Oh, yes. That would have probably been a bajillion other pieces.
I know if we had shipped it. I was like, oh, there's no way to ship that one. But, I'm so glad. I know. I wish we all lived closer. It'd be so much nicer to see everyone and hang out. Like I was thinking the other day, I was like, it would be fun. Like if we could have had like a Halloween party with everyone, could come by, like a keto Halloween party. Wouldn't that be fun?
We still can.
Yeah. 2 people will probably show up.
That's fun. Than we have now.
Well, that's true. Mary T said, redirect that negative thought to a positive one. That's right. Like stop yourself and say, okay, how can I put a positive spin on this? Right? TQ Cat said, my job itself was great. We just had a few negative, backstabbing, horrible people in our department. I couldn't get away from them, and it was making me dread my job. Yeah, and that is the worst. I have been places where it's like the job is okay, but the people, really, or the management stuff, that can make or break a job. And it can make a job that isn't that good. Like you're like, I don't really like this job, but I love the people I work with.
Right.
It can make it so much better. Like I think that helps with Heath because he has such an amazing boss.
Yeah.
And, I think they're always appreciating you because you're sending me almost every day where you get on the list for top associate.
Yeah.
And, just to me, that's a big deal. When I get recognized and I'm appreciated at work, that makes a difference for me.
There's 11 people on our team. I think 12 people on our team, and I'm always landing at least number 7.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Oh.
At least. Yeah.
I thought before you'd been 1 and 2.
I have, but I'm saying at least.
Oh, okay. You're always in the top there. Okay. But yeah, it bad people you work with can really hurt things. And it's a shame that people are like that. It's like the very first job I had, I worked at a hospital, and there was and I'm like, looking back at it, I'm like, okay, the job we did not pay that well. Like it really did not pay. I mean, it was better than minimum wage, but it wasn't that good. Certainly nowhere. Like if I'd stayed there, I still wouldn't be earning what I do at the bank now.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be after 20 years of working there. Like they just didn't pay. If you're a doctor and certain technicians, you can get paid well. But if you're just like admin and stuff, you get paid ship, right? They just did not pay well. And there were so many people being backstabbing and conniving and gossiping, so much gossip. And I was a teenager then because I started working there when I was 15. And I was just like, why is everybody gossip? And the director of the department was like, well, it's because it's all women. That's what's going to happen. And I'm like, I don't think so. That is a reflection on you, because if that's how you look at things, then that means you like to gossip. And that's why then there's all that happening, because I've worked a lot of other areas where it was mostly women and they did not gossip that much.
I've been on some jobs, especially when I was working construction, that's all they did. It was all men. That's all they did was gossip.
See? And yeah, and then I was just like, why? And you would think the way they were going on, like planning things out, like, oh, if they didn't get that promotion, like they were doing everything to prevent somebody else from getting a promotion just so they thought that would help them better. And I'm like, are you really fighting over 25 cents? I mean, this is ridiculous,
Right.
Whereas now, like the team I'm on now, we actually boost everybody up. Like we're excited when people get promotions.
It's actually a team.
Right. It's a team, and we support, and we're like, yeah, one of my coworkers, she recently got the, it's where they recognize like 2 or 3 associates that are like the best in the company at the time, and you get like a $500 bonus. And and of course your name, and they do it, I think, every quarter. It's like 2 or 3 people that get named as the top, and one of them was one of my coworkers, and we were all like, yeah, she deserved it, that's great. We weren't like, nobody was like, oh, she got it, like I've seen at other places. Everybody was thrilled, and they're like, yeah, she deserves it. She has been working hard. Even though, we all work hard and we all have different things that we do. But it's like, yeah, we love it when somebody gets a shout out or acknowledgement of some form on our team. We're like, yeah, we're such an awesome team full of so many amazing people.
That's awesome. That's what I was saying. The last meeting we had a big meeting. They called it a town hall meeting. And they spent a lot of time, because I'm on a team. We have several other teams, obviously, because we're a nationwide company. I mean, in fact, I was even calls the other day from clients or customers in Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
And Hawaii and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But they took time and called out, I think, 3 or 4 folks from every single team.
Aw.
Yeah.
That is
awesome.
Nice. Did you get a shout out?
No.
Aww.
I'm good. I'm not that good.
Yet.
Yeah.
Mary T said it takes work because the negative thoughts might be partly habitual. It takes work to break a habit, but we can do it. And that's my thing. And I know it is, but it's hard.
Just like Shawshank.
Oh,
like
gosh.
Red said, get busy living or get busy dying.
There we go. Shada said, well, I have one huge gratitude. Stop myself before the call to the fallback mistake person. Oh, stop myself before the call to the fallback mistake person. Well, that's good.
Yes.
There you go. So you know you have someone that is like that mistake person. So work on, yeah, that's good. You should praise yourself. You broke away because at the end, you're not going to come away from that conversation feeling better about yourself. So why are you talking to them? Right? That's my thing. Why talk to them? If you don't go away feeling better about yourself at the end of the conversation, then maybe that's not somebody to be really calling.
Right.
Maybe even remove them from your call list. Like just delete them from your phone. And then that way, you know what? See how you feel. Because they can always call you, right? You're just deleting them from your phone so that you don't call them, at a moment of weakness. You can be like, oh, I don't even know their number, right? You deleted it from your phone. And then if they call you in the future, you could be like, well, do I want to or not?
Right.
And just see how you feel.
Because that's what voicemail is for.
That's right. Renee said, I'm pretty good at keeping my head in the sand with work, politics, and drama. I hear tidbits once in a while, but I just don't let myself get involved. Right.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Exactly. And yeah, because that can really, I just don't understand it. I don't understand why people do all of that. Like, it's work, y'all. Don't be making drama and work harder than it is.
Right.
Mary T said, I have a sign right over my coffee pot. First thing I see every day, choose happiness.
Oh,
awesome. That's sweet, Mary T.
That's awesome.
That's a good reminder of the day, right? Shada said, Mike says, good coffee is a pleasure. Good friends are a treasure.
Right.
Aww.
Awesome.
I like that too. And then Shada said, I need to make a sign that says choose sanity. Right?
Right.
Right. You got to make choices that's going to make your life better. Renee said, I worked on that the other one. Oh, wait, I'm not reading this correct. I worked on that other one last night and need to take pics. Oh, good. The spine, you worked on it?
The one that was, yeah. I got you.
Is it better now? I feel so bad.
Because it was so awesome. It was like, when we saw it, we were like, well, that's going to be perfect for Renee.
I know. I was so excited.
I don't know how they could preserve it or ship it any better though, like because when we did everything we could when we brought it home, I don't know how much we could do to it, because if we tried to wrap it up on the inside, it would have probably broke it.
Oh, look, Renee said, heck yeah to the Halloween party. Everyone request off now and be at the Parkers for the Friday night feast on November 1st.
Okay, I got a question about that. You messaged us the other day, but then you left it at that. So that's a for sure thing going?
You're for sure coming.
So that means
November 1st?
that Saturday I need to take off so we can hang out.
Oh, well, yeah. So is that for sure? Yeah, because wait, are you off next Saturday then?
Yes.
Wow.
That's approved.
So Saturday and Sunday, he'll be off for his birthday.
It's gonna be awesome too. It's gonna be all Horde weekend. We're going to spend time with the Horde on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
I love y'all so much. Thank you.
That's your birthday present?
Yeah.
I know. A week from today, Heath will be older, y'all.
Stop it.
Older.
Stop it. That's how rumors get started.
Let's see. How old are you?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
48?
Yeah.
48.
Do the math. I think so.
48. He'll be 48, y'all.
Do not recommend. Especially when I feel like I'm 20.
Shauna said, sorry, I'm just not myself working on shaking it off. Well, you'll get there, Shauna. And you know what? You know it's going to turn around because you've got KPL coming up.
That's going to be a good one for you. You get to hang out
and what is that? Like 3 weeks KPL, and you know you're going to have fun with your best friends, Sharon and Sarah, and hanging with Maitreya and Coda. You're going to see so many great friends
so jealous too.
That are going to make put a smile back on your face.
Because just Jason Keto's going too, isn't he?
Yes, and Mary T will be there, and
that's why I'm jealous because we can't go.
But you're going to have a great time.
Yes.
So you know what? You've got that coming up in 3 weeks. So you got to work. You're going to turn this around and release all of that negative energy, all of draining that came from everybody from this past couple weeks. You're going to release that. You're going to do some self-care, and remember that you got all of your great friends coming up that you know will put smiles on your face.
Right?
Oh, and TweetyQ Cat gave her a virtual hug.
Right.
Now, TweetyQ Cat, you're going to KPL, right? Or no, you don't go to it, right? I can't remember. Renee said, I have a 48-year-old right now with MS, lupus, CHF, diabetes. Oh, my gosh.
Ouch.
And my asthenia gravis and in rehab to get stronger after multiple tumor removal.
Wow.
Makes you think twice, feeling sorry for yourself. Right. Oh, my gosh.
That's what I'm also, I'm really big here recently about doing that. When I start feeling down, talking about my problems, they're basically first world problems, really. Yeah, like having to watch commercials on YouTube? No, that's real world.
That's a real world problem?
Yes.
Unlike this person that has 5 million different things going on?
Your phone's breaking up. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
But yeah, it does make you think that there are people who have it out there
that's my
worse.
Self-love.
Yeah. Mary T said, it's my male toxic boss that disparages other employees, and employees are the diplomatic ones. See, that's not good, having a toxic boss.
Can you vote him off the island?
Right?
That'd be a way to do it. I mean, I don't know if it's available, but that'd be awesome.
Shauna said, well, I have one coming up weekend before I leave for KPL. Literally home that Sunday night, fly out Monday night. See, that's so awesome. Sometimes that also helps me if I'm in a slump. Instead of focusing on what's happened right now, is I start planning out like that future trip. Like, how we're planning the March trip, or, like me, I've been really delving into the Galveston trip we have coming up at the same weekend of KPL. We're going to Galveston. So I've had a lot of fun just kind of redirecting and looking all of that stuff up.
I started feeling self-conscious a few seconds ago.
Oh.
I was thinking, well, my brother's supposed to be here around 6. If we end this, we can go watch a few episodes of Mom first. But you know what we need to actually do? I was racking my brain thinking if there's anything that needs to be done around the house. What we need to do is schedule and send out all the invites for the next Saturday. It's what we really need to be doing.
Yes.
Because I don't know what time he's going to leave. So I don't know if we're going to have time this evening to do it.
No, we need to do that first.
Yes.
And it won't take long because you've already edited the video. You've already made the recipe card. Right. So all we have to do is just
send the emails.
And did you load the video on YouTube yet?
I don't remember.
Okay, we might have to do that.
Yeah.
Renee said, all of y'all just need to move to Texas, right? Wouldn't that be fun?
But there's a caveat there. When you do, you need to come to Houston.
Shauna said, I was scrapbooking yesterday. It was supposed to be till 10 p.m. I left at 6.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
You just were like, okay, I've had enough. Right? Shauna said, hugs to y'all. Not me sitting here crying like a baby now. No, that's fine. Let it out. Sometimes you would cry,
Shauna,
to let out everything. Yes,
Shauna,
we love you. Just let it out, girl. It's okay. Sometimes that's another way to just release all of that negativity. Just get it all out. That's why there's sad movies, right?
Yeah.
22Q Cat said, that's one reason I like so many keto groups and channels. Everyone is so positive and uplifting to others, just like here. People are genuinely nice and care. It's not really that hard to do. Right. I don't understand why people want to be negative or hateful or fear. And just like, no, just let it
Like,
go.
it really seems like some people make a conscious decision when they leave the house. You should be a-holes.
Right.
And I don't understand. There's no reason.
I know life is already hard enough. And I think a lot of it is people that are like that, they have their life obviously isn't going, you know, they're sad in their own existence and they've gone so far they don't know how to turn it around. And so misery loves company. And they're miserable people, so they want other people to be miserable so that they don't feel so alone in their misery, right?
My favorite comedian said this line, and I treat it for everything. This is my philosophy on life. He said, life sucks, get a helmet. He was growing up, I thought I was going to be the center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. Life didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So what? You move on.
Right. I mean, I was going to be an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not. But
or another line we use at work a lot too is life happens.
Right.
You
Life does.
move on,
yeah. You can't focus on the past,
Yeah.
I think is what it comes down to. Don't focus on the past or what you can't or don't have.
Right.
Focus instead on what you do have. And I think if you do that, you realize you actually have a lot more than you think.
Right.
Like it's, you know, I see a few Facebook friends that all the time they're like, oh, well, I could never get I can't even afford an apartment. I'll never be able to get a house. And then they, and I can't find this. And this isn't going. Like some people, it's just like one bad thing after another constantly.
Like I told you, there's
like,
type of people that have a problem for every solution.
Right. And it's like, okay, take a step back and try to focus on what you do have at the moment. There's always going to be a without.
And or like St. Grandfather was talking about a minute ago with the socks, right?
Yeah.
His favorite saying a lot of times when we're growing up, we're trying to do stuff because we were working with him all the time, especially because he had like 5 or 6 different rental properties, and he'd take us with him to go work on them.
Uh-huh.
And we're trying to do whatever, and we say can't. His big thing was there's no such thing as can't. Can't never could. Is what he says.
That's what my mom always told us too.
Can't never could.
Yeah, that's what she would always tell us. Can't never could.
Mm-hmm.
So
really big on that.
Right, and she was always
there's always a way.
Exactly. I mean, as many faults as my mom did have, there was a lot of things she did try. Like I feel like that's one that she said can't never could. Mm-hmm. So anytime we'd say, well, we can't do that, she'd be like, no, can't never could. And then she was always like, no, like believe in yourself. You could do anything you put your mind to. Mm-hmm. And I remember that when I was like trying to learn to ride a bicycle and I kept failing at it. And I'm like, I just know, I don't think I can never. And she's like, can't never could. You just don't believe in you. And then one day I was like, I could do this. And I remember that vividly. I got on there and I just started pedaling and I didn't fall. And I was like, yeah, I did it. I knew I could do it. You just, sometimes you have to.
Self-affirmation. Kind of
like. Right. You really have to push yourself and be like, okay. And I hear this too on the finance stuff that sometimes people feel overwhelmed with their finances. They're like, oh, I'm never going to be able to retire. Like I've seen people say that I'll never be able to retire. I'll never be able to do this. I'll never have this. I'm never going to have money. And it's like, okay. Or they'll be like, well, I'm trying to save, but it's taking forever. Or it's going to be 15 months before I can pay off my debt. And they focus on that, but it's like, but you know what? Take it one day at a time. And it's slow at the beginning, but as time goes on, it really starts snowballing. So see it in the moment, but then you know what? 15 months from now, you can look back and be like, oh, I did pay it off.
Well, I say Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right, exactly. And sometimes we forget that focus, especially like on keto. Sometimes we get so focused on, well, I see this person losing weight, or I see this person doing it. Why am I not there? Just focus on yourself. And sometimes it's slow at the beginning, but doing it day in and day out, it's a cumulative effect.
Right. Oh, so that same grandfather though, the crew we worked with doing the cabinets. I don't remember exactly his name, but one of the guys taught me a very valuable lesson that stuck with me from now on. He said, if you have a hard job or a hard task, find a lazy person they'll tell you an easier way of doing it.
Yeah.
And that applies for almost everything.
Right.
Even you just search for it on Google or whatever. Somebody will tell you a quicker and easy way to do it.
Mm-hmm. All those hacks we see all the time.
Yeah.
And Renee said, my new director doesn't care for me as I'm tatted, pierced, crazy hair, and not in church every week. Others see it and actually brought it up to me. But despite the lower reviews of me, I still try to do what I'm there to do. I'm not here to be her best friend. Exactly.
What the thing like that, I think in my approach would be, how do your patients feel about you?
Right. That's what matters.
That's what you're there for.
And it's so weird to me. Because I remember, though, growing up, I remember there was a time, like when I worked at the hospital, you couldn't wear socks. Right. You had to wear hose. And yeah, if you had a tattoo or whatever, it had to be covered up.
Right.
There was only certain piercings were allowed, just regular earrings. You couldn't have several up your ear, just the one. You had to take those out. Like there was all these rules. And yeah, you couldn't color your hair, only could be quote unquote natural colors. And
that's so weird though, because what is natural?
Well,
you know what I mean, though?
Right. But you couldn't come to work with pink or purple hair. And I'm like,
why?
What does that really matter? You know, like when is the person doing their job?
You know who makes those rules? Boring people.
I know. I'm just like, I like it. I love diversity. That nowadays we have 50 million different hair colors.
Right.
I love seeing the variety out there. Like if I go out in public and somebody's got teal hair, I'm always like, I love your hair. I love it when people
usually those are the people that are the most fun you want to go talk to.
I love it when people, you know, and then if you want to have tattoos, I think it's an expression of yourself. So why not? And piercings, like none of that bothers me. I'm just like, you know, if that's what makes you happy, do it. I don't want everybody to look like a Stepford wife. I want people to be who they want to be. I love seeing all people of all walks of life.
Dude I used to work with too had a bunch of tattoos all over, right? And somebody got on to him and, oh, your body's a temple. You shouldn't be. He goes, okay, I'm out. That's a temple, right? Yeah. I painted the walls of my temple. Right. Because I've been back over there and your little, your stuff.
Because I've been in some big churches throughout Europe, and guess what? They're highly decorated inside. They've got stained glasses of all different depictions out of the Bible, and they, you know, some of them really go, you know, what is it, Rococo, you know, where it's just tons of detail. How's that any different?
Right.
You know, if that's how you want to decorate yourself.
Yeah.
If they do it in the churches, there's always stained glass, and there's always different designs and, you know, I don't know what scenes and stuff on churches. They're not just a blank building. They put their life, aesthetics. The aesthetics on there because that's a reflection of the church and their beliefs. So why can't your body be also the same thing?
Right.
It's a reflection of you and your beliefs in your life.
Right.
But now I'm ranting. Okay. Shauna said, it's like you're great at what you do. What the heck? And you actually care. Exactly.
What a character flaw, right?
And Renee said, yep, I get that attitude a lot because pierced and tatted folks are for sure just idiots. I was top of my college class, and if you don't like me, you're lost on one of the best therapists. Right. I've never heard that tatted folks were idiots. That's weird. What is that? That's such a weird thought process. Let's see. Everybody talking about.
I'm anti-tattoo, but only for me. I don't want any.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're anti.
I am because I don't. Well, my problem with that, I haven't found anything cool enough. I want to be permanent. That's my whole thing.
Well,
they're all amazing looking though.
Well, that's what I'm saying is to me, a tattoo is somebody who doesn't like any tattoos.
No, I meant for me.
Yeah,
I don't want them for me.
Right. Well, the pain is what gets to me.
Yeah. I think that's partly it too. Because like even when I go to get shots at the doctor's office stuff, I can't watch them do it.
No, No.
Like,
And
if you were going to give me a shot, I'd have to do this while you're doing it.
Yeah, and I would have to too. I'd have to be like this. It'd be like, well, I hope I'm doing it right.
Because I've hunted and fished and stuff. I can clean the animals and stuff like that, but I can't. No, the needle. No, it messes with my head.
I know. It still bothers me too. Shauna said, extra long member cook-off?
Oh,
maybe.
Don't. Okay. Speaking of, thank you. Do not set the end time this time.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, last couple of weeks,
it makes me set it in time.
Well, can't you put it like?
I can put it like 4 or 5 hours.
Or the next day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Shauna said, good grief, Heath. I got almost 10 years on you.
What? Wait, what? Say it again?
Because you were like 48. She said she's got 10 years on you. That doesn't seem right.
I thought you were only 20 years old.
I know. It's so weird when people. I'm so
confused.
I know when people say they're older than us. I'm like, no, everybody's our age.
Or when I hear somebody that I know and it's our age and they're telling us we're grandparents, I'm like, how are you that old? I don't get it.
I know.
It really messes with my head.
It does, because I'm like,
am I old enough to be a grandfather?
Or who? Yeah, because somebody recently in here, one of the channel members, is now a great grandmother, and I'm like,
grandmother?
How does that happen?
Right.
Look
you
at
start
us.
having kids when you're 2? What?
I know. Renee said, yes, folks, I'd already requested off and hope so. Yes, we will be there. Woo, woo. And you said we. I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
Terry B said, I got almost 20 years on you. Enjoy your youth. What, Terry? See, that's what I mean. I feel like everybody is our age or younger.
Right?
Like, it's
we're the old people.
I know. It's just weird to me when somebody's like, oh, no, we're older than you. Like, even Renee, she's like, oh, I'm older than you. I won't say what she's turning this birthday, but I was like, that does not seem right. Like, but half the time I forget I'm in my 40s.
Me too.
Oh, that's so hard to say.
It hurts.
I don't want to say.
What I really hate, honestly, when you're filling stuff out online and you put your age, you have to scroll. It's like you're playing the thing on Price is Right or whatever. spinning the wheel. Oh my God, that kills me.
I know. Also what you said kills you is the other day, one of your coworkers was like, yeah, I was born in 2001. And you're like, what?
Right.
You were born in 2001 and you're working? Aren't you just a baby?
Right. I thought you were supposed to be in class right now.
I know. It's really hard. I'm just like, because sometimes I'll see accounts. This is what really hurts.
That's right.
I'll see accounts and I'm like, oh wow, they've got 750,000, and then I'll look and they were born in 96. I'm like, that's when I graduated.
Like you feel like you're failing at life.
I know. I'm like, how?
Or
they have all that already?
Maybe I'm spending it too much, but they're the trust fund babies.
Oh yeah, probably.
They didn't earn it.
Well, or you never know how people get money.
But that's how I make it feel better for me.
Right. Because one lady I worked with, her and her son were in a really bad, like she said, they both almost died. It was a horrible car wreck, and he was only 12.
Oh.
So what she had at the time is all of the money was put into a trust, and it would have then where it would help pay for his college. And then he wouldn't have access to the rest until he was 25. But she said, because it happened when he was 12, all of that money and everything, like even it would still pay for all of his college, and he would still have a lot when he turned 25. Right. So, somebody that you see that's 25 to 30 and they have $500,000.
Right.
Well, they might have almost died when they were 12 kind of situation. You just never know.
Or also you see somebody out and about, they're all made up and done right and everything. They're driving a really, really nice car or whatever. You don't know. They may be in debt up to their eyeballs.
Oh, most of the if you hear the financial channels, most of them that
everybody else looking like, oh man, I wish I had what he had.
Because people think money is items, and that they, like if you read The Millionaire Next Door, most people who have a good amount of money, they don't show it because, like I was watching Austin Williams, once you are driving a fancy car and you always have a new car and you're in a fancy house and you're wearing fancy clothes and fancy watches, people see that and they're more likely to prey on you because they're like, ooh, they've got money. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna, try to scam them out of it or something like that. Whereas if you're just somebody, like they said, the millionaire next door, they're just wearing their overalls and a t-shirt that they got at the thrift store.
Country bumpkin.
Right. Or they go to Costco and get the Costco shirts and shorts. That's what they're wearing. They're wearing a car that was paid off 10 years ago. Right.
Speaking of, that same grandfather. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I was just made me think about it. Go ahead.
And they live in a modest house and they don't attract attention. And they've got, $1 million or so sitting in the account or more because they're really good at saving because they're like, no, I would rather put that money because I like to go on nice trips and travel 3-4 times a year rather than having a new Mercedes every 2 years. Right. And that's what they said, so sometimes you got to watch because like I had one guy who did a wire, y'all, for $5,000 and he didn't have a whole lot in his account because he wanted a new watch. $5,000 on a watch. So go ahead. What did it remind you of?
Well, that same grandfather I keep talking about. Mm-hmm. His wife, my grandmother, obviously. After my grandpa passed, my dad went taking care of her and helping her out and stuff. There was one weekend, I remember he went and took her. She needed a new truck, a Blazer. She always drove. She loved Blazers for some reason. Like it's a mini SUV, right? So he took her to go buy one. And they were fretting back and forth. He was helping her negotiate to get the best price for it and like that, And she could walk in there. They had some money. She could walk in there and pay cash for it if she wanted to. Mm-hmm. Well, he took her up there to go buy the truck. She bought the one. He was going to go meet her back at the house. Well, he get back to the house, and she went ahead and came in. So he started getting worried about her. He called her and finally got a hold of her. She had stopped off at a garage sale to buy some shoes. She saw a good sale.
And
he goes, she got all this money. She's going to a garage sale.
Well, yeah, that's why you have all that money, right? 22 Cat. That's how you do it. That's how the millionaires next door do it. Like they asked on the Millionaire Next Door. It's a great book. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend that to anyone. Read that book. And they asked all of these millionaires, they said, well, when was the last time you bought a suit and how much was it? And the average person, they were like, if they even owned a suit, they were like, well, I bought it because one of my kids got married and it was $80. Mm-hmm. But then you hear, like, remember when we watched Suits and different TV shows and what is it? Oh, I got, or I never watched the show, but what's the one with the New York, it was 4 ladies in New York. Oh, I forget the name, but they would, a suit is like $2,000-$3,000 or $4,000.
Armani or whatever.
Right. And they're like, nah, just get an $80 suit, go to Costco or found one at a garage sale that happened to be the right size, know? And she'll be in Ohio in 15 days and 20 hours. That's awesome. Mary T, something to look forward to always makes me feel better. See, that's how I am too. I like planning things out. Like I'm telling y'all, this Galveston trip, even though it's just like 2 days, I am so looking forward to it. I mean, technically we're going to be off for 4 days because we're both off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we're off for 4 days, but it feels like such a big vacation for us.
Well, I think partly because we haven't gone anywhere in a while.
I know. Renee
we're not going that far now. It's just Galveston.
I know. She said, absolutely. I try to always have something planned for future to look forward to. Yes. Exactly.
That's why y'all hear us keep talking about the road trip.
I know. We're so excited. Too. Yes. Mary T said, 48. My daughter turns 50 this year. Heath, a young pup.
Whatever. What do they call it? Still wet behind the ears.
Right? Oh. Renee said that's her big number this year. I just don't believe it. 22 Cat said, no, I won't be at KPL. None of my friends are into keto stuff enough to do these things with me. That's why I end up not attending. I need new friends. Yes, you do, 22 Cat. Look at me. I'm so mean. Yes, you do. Tell Dustin. Say, Dustin's going.
Yeah.
Hop a ride with Dustin.
Yes.
There you go. Of course, I think you can no longer get tickets.
Yeah.
But see? Shauna said, well, I don't know. At the same time, I'm important enough that I don't need to compare woes. I'm important enough that I don't need to compare woes. Yeah, you don't want to focus on the woes, right? Rickwood, y'all are babies. I hated my 40s, but 50s got better. Then the 60s snuck in. So, Rickwood, what do you think is the best age time frame? Like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? Like which one overall do you think is the best? I feel like 30s is a good one because 20s, you're just, sorry, no offense, but you're young and stupid.
Huh.
Like I made so many stupid mistakes in my 20s.
You all remember though, as kids, we're like, oh, I can't wait till I get to be an adult. I can look at this now.
I know. Well, I would never want to go back to being a kid.
Right,
that was awful.
Yeah.
But 20s,
But
I
we
felt
had no responsibilities at least.
Yeah, no, well, speak for yourself.
Right.
But I was like 20s, I just felt like there was so much to, and maybe because I just didn't know about how to be an adult. So it was very trying, my 20s, trying to figure everything out, dating people. That was awful. And then I just felt like in my 30s, I was finding more about myself.
Right.
I met Heath, the love of my life.
Oh, awesome. I love you too.
And it just seemed like, things were starting to finally get into place. So far in my 40s, I just hate saying 40s. But I feel like
if you don't talk about it, it doesn't happen.
Things overall, like it's like finally I'm more of like I know who I am age. Like I actually know who I am, figured things out.
Now you're finally an adult.
Right. I know what I like and what I don't like.
Right.
As by this age, like I finally figured out like who I am and what I enjoy in life. Shauna said others might have it worse, but at the same time, I'm not going to feel guilty. Just work it through somehow.
Right.
Well, that's true. You don't have to, feel. Sometimes just everybody has a different life journey, right? Everybody suffers in different ways. And somebody else having a worse life doesn't necessarily make your life better.
Right. That's true too.
But, we all have ups and downs, right? Life is a roller coaster. So sometimes you just have to ride the coaster and know in 15 days, you're going to be surrounded by amazing people because you're an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just going to feel better. So right now, just take that time, recoup for yourself, and, really try to just stay away from the things that are draining you. Right?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. And that's what Renee was saying is don't feel guilty. Guilty of being stubborn too. What?
Ooh.
And she goes, shocker. Renee. Oh, Renee stubborn? I thought that was your middle name.
Right.
Terry B said, Shelly, it's never too late to work towards your dreams. I started at 50 and made it. It's so glad I did.
Awesome.
Wow. Well, what can I ask? Or do you feel like sharing what was your dream that you did? That is true. It's never too late. And I have to say, sometimes, life, is a journey. Like I always thought I wanted to be in medicine and become a doctor and everything. I was really transfixed on that. But I really, really love what I do now. Like I enjoy it thoroughly. And I feel like, like this, I feel like this is where I'm meant to be. And I enjoy what I'm doing. And I look forward to, growing there, learning more and just, continuing to go up where I'm at. I really like it. I love learning about baking and finance. And when I'm
a nerd, you like money. Not money, but numbers.
I do. I really enjoy numbers. And, looking back at my life, like I loved when I worked for the HR company, my favorite clients to work on were 401k and pension clients. Like, I just snapped to that. The health clients, I was like, to do health benefits. I was always like, I hate going over health benefits. But 401ks and pensions, I was like, put me on those. I love working with the 401k. And I really enjoyed that. And so it makes sense now. I work on HISAs and CDs and now IRAs, and I'm really enjoying learning. Yeah, I love learning that stuff and just, hopefully, enhancing my knowledge even more. And I know that, I'll be rewarded and promoted based on that. Mm-hmm. So, everything, sometimes that's what I mean, finding out about myself.
You got an awesome boss too.
Right. So finding out that, that's what I really enjoy is working, finance type stuff. I really do like that. And I've enjoyed learning all about finance.
Finally, this whole time, Delilah's been asleep on her bed. I hear, that's what I just heard. She's coming down the hallway.
Shauna said, some of this, to be honest, began during my vacation in July, visiting my brother in Washington. I'd be worse if it wasn't for him. Just hit me this week. Oh, well, and that can happen. Well, now everything's going to get better now.
Well, you ready? No, I'm just drinking.
Terry B said, my mom said that also. Can't, never could. And also birds of a feather flock together.
See you, baby.
Right. Can't, never could. I guess that was just something that was really drilled into like our parents and grandparents, right? Can't, never could.
Generational thing. I guess you don't really need to go out.
No.
Because remember when we got home, she wasn't there to meet us.
Yeah.
He was waiting on us, but she didn't care.
She was like, Shauna said, but misery loves company. Most misery just wants to be alone.
Right.
Laugh out loud. Well, I think it depends on how far you are in the misery, right? If you're Kathy Bates misery, or are you just like having a bad day misery? Shauna said, if it weren't for several keto friends and a couple good scrapbook friends this week, I don't know how I could have made it. Well, and that's what friends are there for, really. Good friends will always be there to help you lift up. And that's one of the things I have to say from the Mom TV show.
Yes.
If y'all didn't watch it, you don't get this a lot. A lot of TV shows focus on romance and love and all of that. This really is focused on friendship. And you really see on friendships that no matter how bad things might get, really good friends will be there, whether that's giving you tough love or it's being there to give you a hug.
Well, like I always say too, real friends stab you in the front. That's tough love.
Yeah, tough love. And it just kind of like shows, you know what, in your darkest hour, a good friend will be there and be there to give you what you need, whether sometimes you don't know what you need, right? You might think, and that's so good in this show, the way they wrote it, because you might think, well, no, I need somebody to, tell me I'm going to be okay and blah, blah, blah. But you think you need that. But then you have that friend that's like, no, you need to effing snap out of it, stop your pity party, and you need to get back on it. So get over it. And you're like, how dare you? I wanted XYZ. And you might go away mad. And then you'll realize, no, that is true. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
And you'll snap out of it and be like, okay, yeah, because they're a good friend. They're telling me the truth. But sometimes you need that distance to be like, okay, yeah, they're right. I need to stop this and move forward. Or sometimes that friend is like, okay, come here. Just give me a hug. And they hug you for like a minute. And you're like, okay, that's really helpful. And that's what good friends are for. Yeah. Right. And that's why I like that show. It's got a lot of dark humor, but then there's those points where it's like, yeah.
It's an after school special.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Renee said, the tat on my left arm, nothing is impossible, right? Part of Audrey Hepburn's quote, the rest, not on my arm, is the word itself says I'm possible. Right? That is such a good one.
That's awesome.
Mary T said, how long will it take for 15 months to go by if you don't pay your debt or work on your health or apply for school or whatever your dreams? Exactly. Time flies so fast. Like, that's what, sometimes it's so easy to focus in the present and be like, oh, it's going to take forever to get to XYZ or for this to happen. But then if you take a moment and look back, like right now,
just breathe.
We're almost done with September.
Right.
And I truly feel like, I'm like, where has this year gone? Because it has gone so fast. And like my savings goal that we started, I saved the email when I opened that HISA, January 3rd, and I still look at it and I'm like, wow, on January 3rd, you put $100 in that account. Look where you're at now. I would have never thought on January 3rd, like it was like, okay, that's what I'm planning for the future, but will it happen? And the fact that it's happening, it's like, wow, I would have never thought 9 months. Like, what? I couldn't do that in 9 months. That's what a lot of people would think. Mm-hmm. But making those slow, small things, it really does accumulate. Time just goes too fast.
It does.
Shauna said, my nieces mentioned a while back that their dad, my younger brother, has more gray than I do. Grandma, my mom has white hair. Does Auntie Shauna? Their reply, we may never know. Exactly. Aww, exactly. Why do it? And that's how, like, I'll hear some people that are like, I accept to I accept to age gracefully or whatever. I'm like, heck no, I ain't going to age gracefully. If I can, I'm going to try to look how I like to look forever. Like that. Some people enjoy being gray haired or white haired. I'm like, I like having I could see myself as I get older. I'll be like, no, I'm going to have purple hair this week. Or no, I'm going to do teal. Like, I'm not going to limit myself to these colors. Like, I'm going to be 70 years old and have like fuchsia colored hair. Or I'm going to have. Huh?
I'm holding you to that.
Okay. At 70, I'm going to have fuchsia colored hair, y'all.
Nice.
And just have fun with it, right? Like, you do what you want. It's what makes you feel good. Renee said, I go out of my way to compliment women when I see them in public when they have different colors in their hair. We don't build each other up enough. Complimenting strangers is fun when I see them smile. That is so sweet. And it really is. And y'all, I wish I could be so outgoing because I noticed Shauna does the same thing. Like when we were on the cruise ship, she was constantly walking up and giving compliments to people, and that is just so sweet.
Yes.
And you doing that too, Renee, like that's so nice. I try to be like that. I'm not good with speaking to strangers. It's really, really hard for me to speak to strangers. It's really hard for me to even speak to people I barely know. Like once I know you, I don't shut up, right? But before then, it's hard. But like my work sister, like when she goes out, like she's probably thrifting yesterday and today, she says she'll start the day going, you know what? I'm going to find 3 people or 5 people that I'm going to give a compliment today to. And she sets that out as part of her day. She's like, I want to make X number of people happy today. Wow. And she'll do that. And I'm like, wow, that is so sweet of you. Yeah. Like you said, we don't always build each other up. Sometimes it feels like women are pitted against each other.
There's no reason for that.
Exactly. And it's just nice when I do hear, people who like y'all and Lakin that are just like, no, I'm going to wake up and I want to put some smiles on people's faces today. Like that is such a great way to look at life and to do that because that is nice. Rickwood said, friends are always important, Shauna. They may not agree with you, but they will apply a boot to the tush if you need it, right? Yeah, let's see, Shauna said, I do that too, Renee, all the time. Actually, yesterday, someone complimented me. Aw. Mary T said, I always taught my kids, what other people think of you is none of your business.
Right.
Mm-hmm. 22 Cat said, probably too late for me to get tattoos. I mean, can you tattoo a wrinkle? Yes. Oh, of course you can. Why not? Do it anyways.
Well, my thing too with that, people think of you as If you don't like it, it's not my fault. You don't have good taste.
Right? My lady laugh a lot. Hey,
how
welcome
you doing?
back. Said, hi, guys. What's up? Shauna said, oh, my God, I would never go back to 20. Not for anything ever. I'm
Right.
happy to be 57, honestly. That's
57.
awesome.
Wait, what? No, you're
I know.
unbelievable. You look way too good. And I mean, no, I just...
It's hard, right? My lady laughed a lot. Said, gosh, I'm really late. Spending time with my mom in Colorado, making memories.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is. That's awesome. I hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
I miss Colorado. I want to go back.
I know. Tweety Q Cat said, technically, he could be my son. Think about that one for a minute.
Wow.
I think about that too. So, like, he was talking about so-and-so, and he was like, yeah, they're a grandparent now. He's like, that just doesn't seem real. And I said, well, if you think about it, like, if we got married, we could be, like, if we'd had a kid when we were 20, yeah, we could be grandparents right now. If they had a kid, then by the time they were like 25.
Right. Yeah. Weird.
That just.
Right? Mind-blowing.
Yeah, see, Renee said, never too late for tats, Lynn. Milady said, I'm 53 and loving life. That's awesome. Grandmother to one. Oh, that's
awesome.
Amazing. Renee said, my tattoo artist is actually going to tattoo a co-worker who is much older than me and wants some flowers, vine work spreading across her bilateral mastectomy scars. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Good.
Shauna said, I just need an artist with a good set of Sharpies.
Right.
Shauna said, the Millionaire Next Door, Shelley, what are you reading? Laugh out loud. Well, I already read it. The Millionaire Next Door. I read that way earlier this year. I still think about it. It's a really good book, and it really helps you. That one in the psychology of money, it helps you see money in a whole different light. Because sometimes I think a lot of us, especially if you grew up poor like we did, we see money as what you have. Whereas people who actually have money, they see money as a way to make more money.
Right.
They see it as a tool and not as a way to show off, So they're like, oh, I could take this money. Like if somebody gets, say, a success sharing check, they don't just go and say, oh, let's go spend and let's buy this, a new big screen TV with it. Instead, they're like, ooh, if I could put that into the high yield savings or into an investment account, even better, then that money will be sitting there and be paying me. I'll be getting tenfold back on that money because I'll get the investments and I have dividend investments. So I'll be getting more dividend money every quarter. And, and they think of it that way. That money you take, you're going to, no matter what, by putting it in that, you're going to end up getting more back than you did originally. And that TV is just going to break.
Right. Well, what I told you earlier, too. You asked me what I want for my birthday. I said, I don't know. I don't need anything.
Right.
We already have everything. I have you. I have everything.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. That's what, because I was trying to figure out, well, and like we have gone out to eat. That was kind of what you wanted for your birthday, was to go eat different places.
Yeah, there's a couple
like
of
Fogo.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Umi.
You want to go what?
That Umi, that
okay,
the seafood one.
So yeah, doing that.
$39. How can we not?
That's still $80. But Renee said, I don't think it's sucking yet that I'm hitting 50 this year. No, it's not sucking with me. How can it suck in with you? I've had so many things distracted me, but I'm sure it'll hit me. I got super depressed when I hit 30, but I was so unhealthy in an awful place then. What about when you hit 40? Like, to me, 30 did hit hard for me because it was just like, oh, man, I'm 30. Like, I couldn't believe that I made it to 30.
I was like, oh, it's all downhill from here.
Wow, that's negative.
Yeah, I know.
And the 40, if the 40 hit me, but I guess I was just so happy with heat that didn't hit me as hard. Maybe that was part of it too. In my 30s, I wasn't with anyone, and maybe I just felt behind in life. I felt.
I'm fading. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, it's only 3.
I know. But also kids have to use the bathroom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Shauna said Sex in the City. Yes,
Yeah.
never saw it.
Were
they in New York? Yeah, I was in New York. I never saw it, but apparently some people have seen it hundreds of times. But there's one financial channel, and they've been doing like a whole breakdown of the ladies on and their financial situation, how they looked at money. Because they would, like, one of them spent like $40,000 on a pair of shoes.
That's dumb.
Right. Rickwood said, laugh out loud. I grew up next to a millionaire. He was the most penny pinching person I've ever met, but he would turn around and donate a lot of money to the hospital to build a new surgical wing.
That's awesome.
Exactly. And that's what they talk about in The Millionaire Next Door, is that a lot of people who you think, again, don't have any money and they're penny pinchers are very, very, what's the word? But they give a lot. What is that called?
Philanthropy.
Yeah, they do a lot of philanthropy where they might save a lot, but guess what? It's because it puts them in a better position and feels better when you can help out and give to different charities and different things to really improve the community. Because you realize, as a person, the better the community is, the better we're all together. And that's how we feel about the keto community. As long, the better we can support each other, the stronger we can make the community in the end.
Well, it's one thing I learned in theater. You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Right, exactly. Rickwood said, my observation is a lot of people with money are not always as happy as the person who is pinching pennies to make ends meet.
Right.
Well, that's true too. And again, it depends also people, because listening to Ramit Sethi, I love he's been doing this series where he talks to people and where they are at financially, right? And there's a lot of people who make easily $300,000 a year, and they're in debt up to their eyeballs. Like literally, they come in because he's like, your housing expense should only be between 25 and 30% of your income. And he explains, your housing expense is not just your mortgage payment, it's your insurance, your utilities, all of that rolled in one. So he's like, so for example, if your mortgage is $1,000 a month, your actual housing expenses is $1,500, generally speaking. And he's like, you want that within a certain percentage, and these other things so that you could save correctly. And a lot of the people that are making lots, to me, making $300,000 a year to me is a lot of money. But a lot of these people making six figures or sometimes more, and they owe so much because it's like one he did this week. They're sending their 5-year-old to a private school that's like $15,000 a year. And so then they put that on a credit card because they didn't have any cash, but they're making $300,000 a year. Then they're spending like, $600 on people to do their pool cleaning and house cleaning. And like their overall, they were spending 80% of their income on just living. Yeah. And he's like, that's what he has found is a lot of times people do like lifestyle creep, where they earn so much, they think they should be able to afford all of these other things that go with it. And then what happens is they're not able to save because they're too busy spending on all of this. So even though somebody makes a lot of money, doesn't mean they're actually financially stable. Right. Whereas you might have somebody, he's had customer or clients that only make $50,000 a year, but they've got, $300,000 in their investment portfolio. They're only living on 30% of their income, and they're able to save much more, even though they earn a lot less, because they realize, oh, okay, I'm going to live well within my means because I got to do this in the future, right? Yeah. We'll go to the restroom then. All right. You want to say goodbye? Yeah. All right. Well, we're way behind on comments. We have stuff to do. I said, you guys need to pick up Lynn on your way to Ohio next March, right? Shada said, if I can't be there, at least my twin can. Well, we will be meeting her in Indianapolis. Terry B said, best time depends on what is happening in your life at the time. Late 30s, late 30s, I was doing my wildest life. Finally retired now and don't have to answer to anyone anymore. Nice also, that is. Rickwood said, I did so much traveling and running around with friends, doing things and establishing my career when I was in my late 30s and early 40s. Wow. Terry said, I had an associate's degree at 50. Way to go.
That's awesome.
Wanted my master's so I could teach and went and got it.
That's
wow.
awesome.
Kids were grown and gone, so it was a good time to go for it. That is great. And that's also, congratulations.
That's really cool.
That's what, in that mom TV show, that's what you're learning about too. Like she always had a dream to be a lawyer, and that's what she's going back to school to finally do it, y'all. It's just a really good story. Shada said, did y'all's parents really give you those tidbits of wisdom? Yeah, along with everything else. Terry said, you made the path for them, Rickwin, and hopefully many followed. Aw. Renee said, Heath and Shelly have definitely given me tough love, and we've had our downs at times, but they're always going to be there. Aw, thank you. Shauna said, I'm not even sure I know my natural hair color anymore. It's naturally what you want it to be, right? Renee said, I know mine because no matter what I do to it, my Sammy Hagar dirty blonde comes through. I have to buy the shampoos with color deposit to keep my colors for a while. Right. I know. Same here. Shauna said, I feel like one of the major things keto has given me is not looking my age in a newfound childhood. Aw, that's true. It does make you feel younger. And I think a lot of it is, pre-keto, and I'll hear this from other people that aren't on a healthy way of eating, and they'll just complain, oh, I've got headaches. Oh, this hurts and that hurts. Oh, I'm sick again. And just the fact that doesn't happen generally. Generally you feel good during the day. Let's see. Renee said the color shampoos are great and don't have to break the bank. A little goes a long way. Exactly. That's what I do is I wait until like Kroger has their sale or HEB and get them then. Like I saw the native shampoos were on that sale for HEB a couple weeks ago. Shauna said, oh, that was a joke. Millionaire next door. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Shauna said, okay, this live has lifted the heavy off for sure. Yay. Either that or I just had a mini bipolar episode. Okay, I'm kidding. Well, either way, if you're feeling better, that's what matters. Shauna said, money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy coffee, meat, and craft supplies. So there's that. Exactly. It does. And I think that's a misnomer to say money doesn't buy happiness. Having money is such a huge stress reliever when you know you have it. And so in a way, it does buy happiness where okay, I'm covered here. Or I can buy, this, or I can go on that trip, knowing that, because I've been in places where I didn't have the money for that, and it's not fun. Renee said, a coffee makes life safer for others around us. Exactly. And Renee said, anyone notice when Shelly starts any money or finance talks, that's when he fades? But talk about road trips, he's up. It's what he enjoys. You know what it is? He just gets tired of me always talking about it. And he's like, I just want to experience it, right?
Right.
It's what makes me happy is the whole money thing. But he's just like, I want the benefits of it. Shauna said, and my millionaire next door comment had nothing to do with money. Okay, I guess I missed it. Shauna said, dang, I think he needs some caffeine.
That's what I've been drinking, tea this whole time.
And Shauna said, but seriously, you guys, I needed this today. Love you all. Oh, we love you, Shauna. Well, I'm so glad. Oh, wow. There, I'm finally caught up.
Are you?
Yes. All right, I sped read through all of it as quickly as possible.
I'm just looking at we're losing time. That's all.
Time for what?
We have to do stuff around the house.
Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. Well, we'll call it an evening. We have been going for a couple of hours. So thank you all. I had fun today talking to everyone.
We got to get this stuff out to everybody.
Yes, we'll be sending those invites soon, y'all. So I hope you had a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you this Friday, the last Friday of Seafood September.
I remember now. That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to add sausage to it this time.
And so make sure you tune in Friday night because we're going to be using the new Miracle Noodle egg whites. So then you can see how they cook and what did we make with them. So make sure you tune in this Friday. Otherwise, we'll see y'all later. Have a great day. We love y'all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.